more information or visit ascentcu.com.
Kier has evolved into a diversified general contractor with experience in commercial construction. Hundreds of projects throughout the Intermountain West attest to Kier's wide range of expertise in design and build. Kier Construction invites you to experience the difference. Call us at 801-627-1414.
We are big enough to where we have established processes and procedures to protect you, but we're small enough to where there's still an owner involved in the day-to-day operations to ensure that we don't lose that personal touch. We'd love to tell you more about us, and feel free to reach out to us. You can reach our team at 801-728-0454.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
Welcome into the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke here with you from the GCB Computers broadcast booth for Game 4 of this series between Long Beach Coast and the Ogden Raptors. Long Beach is the best team in the entire Pioneer League, best record at 48-15. The Ogden Raptors, fourth best record in the Pioneer League, but they have not had the start to the second half of the season that they were looking for, and this series is a chance to put a bit of a statement out to the entirety of the Pioneer League that they are trending in the right direction. They put out a statement in Game 1 of this series when they won 17-9 in a game where they got out to a hot early start. They led 13-1 after 4 innings back in Game 1. Then, in Game 2, on July 30th, the resumed game, it was a big loss taken by the Raptors. Long Beach Coast won that by 17, 28-11. They got out to a 7-0 lead on the game that started on Wednesday afternoon. And then after that, it was a lightning delay. So that game resumed yesterday afternoon, and Long Beach Coast allowed the Raptors to sneak their way back into the game a little bit. It got to 9-6 after the 5th inning, but then it was Long Beach putting up 19 runs over the final 3 innings to take that 17-run victory. And then the second game, another 17-run victory, but this one for the Ogden Raptors. So runs were plentiful yesterday, as by my math, we had over 60 runs between the two games, over 20 home runs, over 60 runs between the two games, and over 20 home runs between the two games. So it was an offensive battle yesterday. 20-3 was the margin of victory for the Ogden Raptors. So currently, Ogden is leading this series 2-1. It has been all offense thus far. A bit surprising, as you have the best pitching staff in the Pioneer League with Long Beach Coast going up against the best offense in the Pioneer League with the Ogden Raptors. Long Beach Coast is much more known for their defense than their offense, but they have managed to put up 28 runs in Game 2, 9 runs in Game 1. They were held to just 3 in Game 3 yesterday. On the mound today is a starter for the Ogden Raptors who has not gotten very many starts this year in Dylan Gardner. He's been more of a relief role, so we'll chat a little bit more about that after the break. But it's from Long Beach Coast. They have had a reliable rotation of 6 starters, and they're going to dip into their 4th starter in that group for the game this afternoon. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll take a look at starting lineups as well as league standings. You are listening to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire.
Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Windward Electric is the foremost commercial and industrial electrical contractor in the Intermountain West. We value relationships as we strive to provide exceptional experiences for our clients. Call 801-648-7270 for a quote or visit windwardelectric.com today.
Nothing I do seems to pay any dividends, you know.
How many of you feel the same as Alexander?
Yes, me. Yeah, for sure.
How many of you have been following the steps?
I want to, but it's hard to remember all of them.
Right?
Same here. It's way too complicated.
Let's take a break.
Is it over?
Get your money working by becoming a member of America First Credit Union today.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke with you here on this just lovely Friday afternoon, Friday night, final day of July. I mean, maybe for everyone else, the year has been moving at normal speed. I cannot believe that we have made it to the end of July already. And end of July means that we are 15 games into the second half of this season. This will be, I believe, the 64th game that these two teams have played in their season. But looking at those second half standings, it's the Modesto Roadsters on top of everyone, 14-1. They've won 5 straight, and they're 9-1 in their last 10 games. Long Beach Coast, the visitors today are at 11-4. They've obviously lost one game. That was game 2 of the day yesterday, game 3 of this series. And then you've got Missoula, Billings, Idaho Falls, and Boise sitting above the Raptors, who are in 7th place at 8-7, just a game above 500 in the second half of this season. And then the Red Pocket Mobiles bring up the rear at 1-13. Overall standings for the entire season see Long Beach Coast sitting on top at 48-15. You remember Billings also already punched their ticket into the playoffs by going 36-11 in the first half of the season. So Long Beach Coast and Billings have already punched their tickets to the playoffs. Modesto is in 3rd overall in the standings, but something to be aware of. If Long Beach occupies one of those top 2 spots at the end of the second half of this season, well, they've already punched their ticket. So then it comes down to overall standings, and Ogden would be the first team up after that. They're currently in 4th overall at 37-26. So every game important for the Ogden Raptors as the season continues. And yes, like I said, this series, especially against Long Beach, one that they could really use to send a message. Long Beach will be up to bat first, as they are the visiting team, and a pretty similar lineup to what we saw back in Game 3 of this series. Eddie Pelk will lead off. This is going to be his 3rd game in the series, and he finally got a game off back in Game 2 of this series when he snapped his 75-game on-base streak back in Game 1. Matthew Bardowell is batting second. Cuba Bess, he's the hot bat in their lineup right now. 2 grand slams yesterday in Game 2. Jacob Jablonski bats 4th in cleanup. Benjamin Rosengard will be 5th, Emilio Corona 6th, Cooper Vest 7th, Easton Jones 8th, and Patrick Roche will be 9th. So a lot of familiar faces, and everyone in that lineup has played at least one game so far in this series. A new catcher is Cuba Best. So despite being in the lineup, Cuba has played 3 different positions so far in this series. He's played first base, he was the DH one game, and now he is going to be catching. That batting lineup will be going up against this defense for the Ogden Raptors. Dylan Gardner, who has been consistently a reliever, will be getting the start on the mound. He is going to be in his 23rd appearance of the season, and it is just his 3rd start. Dylan Wilkinson will be doing the catching. Gio Ferraro on first, Cole Jordan on second, Valentine at short, and Lane on third. I think that Raptor fans have come to expect that. And then left to right in the outfield, Tyler Gannis, Colson Lawrence, and Garrett Bivacqua. So Garrett Bivacqua becoming a bit more of a mainstay in the lineup. Tyler Gannis getting his 2nd start of this series. But Dylan Gardner, just in his 3rd start of the season, he does have a very solid ERA, 6.98, which is top 6 on the team. In the season, he's 3-2 for a record, but like I said, only 3 starts. But despite being mainly a reliever, he still managed to pitch 40 innings. He's given up 39 hits, 35 runs, 31 of them earned, and a 41 strikeouts to 31 walks. So always good to see more strikeouts than walks. You're looking to have that walk number a little bit lower, as 31 is actually the most of anyone on the team, but you do have to consider the fact that he's pitched over 40 innings and has faced 155 batters. Batters in the Pioneer League bat .252 against him, which is one of the better clips on the team, as that puts him in the top 4 on the team. Bradley Pell actually is the owner of the best ERA on the team right now with a solid 0-0 after facing 6 batters yesterday and not allowing a single run. So Bradley Pell, who's not in the lineup today but is definitely not a pitcher, has something to hang his hat on there. Dylan Gardner, in his 3rd start of the season, will be looking to see what he can do in the circle to start the game rather than coming in a little bit later. Ogden's offense, the best in the league, will take over in the bottom of the 1st inning, and they'll be led off by Chase Valentine. He has been the consistent leadoff man. He is the only member of the Ogden Raptors, one of 2 members on the Ogden Raptors who have played all 63 games for them this season. Colson Lawrence, who's in center, is the other man, but Chase Valentine, the only one who has started every single game. 64th start in a row for Chase Valentine. Carmine Lane is going to bat 2nd. Gio Ferraro will bat 3rd. And then you have Colson Lawrence, the man I just mentioned, his 64th game played, 63rd start, will bat cleanup. Sebastian Greco, the man who had 3 home runs in Game 3 yesterday, is going to be DH. Cole Jordan bats 6th. Garrett Bivacqua 7th. Tyler Gannis 8th. And Dylan Wilkinson, the catcher, will be closing things up, batting 9th. That offense is going to go up against the Long Beach Coast defense that is headed off by Nick Bautista. Remember, this pitching staff, the best in the entire Pioneer League. And Bautista has been solid for them thus far. This is going to be his 8th start of the season, and he has also pitched 2 games in relief. He's got a 3.92 ERA, 4-1 record. He's pitched 41 and a 3rd inning. So both of the pitchers coming into this game have almost identical amounts of experience on the season, with Bautista pitching an inning and a 3rd more than Gardner. Given up 44 hits, 19 runs, 18 earned, 16 walks, and 48 strikeouts. So a really great ratio there. He's given up almost 20 less walks than Dylan Gardner. And batters go .282 for a batting average against him. Behind the plate will be Cuba Bess playing first base will be Cooper Vest. So Cuba Best behind home plate, Cooper Vest on first. Jablonski's on second, Roche at short, Rosengard at third, and then left to right in the outfield is Pelk, Corona, and Bartolo. We're going to take a quick pause for the national anthem. Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare. The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave. For the land of the free and the home of the Paisley Gibb with the beautiful national anthem there, and our play ball kid is coming out to say play ball. South Ogden Rockstars are the softball team that is out on the field right now getting their signatures from the Ogden Raptors. And you know, guys, in baseball, the best managers play the matchups. With Red Pocket Mobile, you can too. Choose from 3 major 5G networks and always get the best signal wherever you are. Step up to better wireless at redpocket.com. Proud sponsor of the Pioneer Baseball League. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier. Beautiful day here for some baseball in Ogden. The showers of a couple days ago are a distant memory, but there could be a few players down on that field right now who are maybe hoping for the solace that some moisture can sometimes provide, as it is a cool 100 degrees. Exactly, 100. We're going to get up to 101 in the next few minutes, theoretically, and then it does start coming down, but at sunset, you're still going to be sitting above 90 degrees. Sunset's at 8:45 p.m., and you haven't had a lot of indications of quick games in this series thus far, as every single game has been a double-digit victory for whichever team. 11-run victory for the Ogden Raptors back in Game 1, and then a 17-run victory for both teams, respectively, in yesterday's 2 games. So not exactly the matchups that you were maybe expecting to see, or at least the final scores that you were expecting to see between these two teams, especially Long Beach. They are a team that has been a defensive giant all season long. They lost by 8 over in Game 1, but that 8-run loss that they took in the first game of this series was their largest margin of defeat this season. And then obviously that was surpassed greatly by the 17-run deficit yesterday. So it's been a game or a series where they have given up many more runs than they're used to. And Ogden has done a good job getting across home plate. So leading off will be Eddie Pelk. Everyone's just getting settled here. First pitch is about to come in from Dylan Gardner. Our home plate umpire is Travis Schatzman. He's the same one that we had back in Game 1. He called a great game. It's very accurate. And first pitch is a called strike on the top of the zone. First pitch at 6:32 p.m. on this final day of July. Thanks so much for spending your Friday evening with us here on HTN or on the YouTube audio stream. Next pitch misses outside, and it's 1-1. Raptors today are wearing some of my favorite jerseys, blue and red tie-dye with white pants, red and blue hats to match. Here comes the 1-1, and it misses up high to make it 2-1. Long Beach Coast is in different jerseys for the first time this week. They wore the same jerseys for the first 3 games of the series. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on and missed, and we're at deuces now. Long Beach is in black jerseys with white numbers on the back and white writing on the front. The numbers are in more of a Gothic style script. And then gray pants with black pinstripes. 2-2. This is outside, and we're full. Control has obviously been a bit of an issue for Dylan Gardner so far this season with those 31 walks, the most of anyone on the team. Eddie Pelk has walked 88 times this season. The 3-2 is batted up the left field line foul. 88 walks is a Pioneer League record with still a month left in the season. Eddie Pelk, one of the best eyes in history. 3-2 is fouled back. And it's impressive to have that combination where he has the best batting average of anyone with significant at-bats on the team at 378, but also has worked the most walks. So he hits well and gets on base very well. Here comes 3-2. Fouls this one back. That's 3 straight foul balls. All of them have challenged the edge of the zone, so they're ones that Pelk had to swing at, but also ones that he probably couldn't have done a lot with. So already the 9th pitch of this at-bat. This one is lifted into shallow left field. Tyler Gannis moves about 7 steps in on it and settles under it to make the first out of the inning. Pelk has not had his best series with the Raptors thus far. He is just 1 for 8, now 1 for 9 after that fly out. Stepping up now will be Matthew Bardowell. Bardowell's 53rd game of the season. First pitch misses too low to him. He bats at 355. Yesterday was his 200th at-bat of the season. Here comes the 1-0. This one high in the air to center field. Colson Lawrence going back to the black wall. He watches it, and that one sails over his head, over the wall, and out of the park for a home run. There was no shortage of home runs yesterday, as both teams in game 1 of the day had 7 home runs, and then there was a few more to add on. So unsurprising, the ball has been carrying. You're at elevation here in Ogden, over 4,000 feet, and it's been hot. Just an absolute recipe for the ball to carry. Bardowell hit that one 411 feet, and surprisingly, that's not even close to the deepest home run we've seen yet in this series. Stepping in now will be Cuba Bess, a man who is the owner of quite a few home runs. This one is jammed up on his hands, a fly ball that's handled by Cole Jordan, who just had to backpedal for about 10 feet at second base to make the second out of the inning. Now Cole Jordan's counterpart, the man who just made that catch, Jacob Jablonski, the second baseman for Long Beach Coast, steps into the box with 2 outs. Long Beach with an early lead. This is the first time that they have led since back during the first game of the doubleheader yesterday. First pitch misses too low. Jablonski holds back on it. It's ball 1. Long Beach has not been able to put together more than a 3-game win streak in this second half of the season, as the 1-0 is hit over the head of Cole Jordan at second. Just a light blooper that found the donut in very shallow right field. That'll be picked up by Bavacqua, but that's going to be an easy single for Jablonski. Long Beach at one point during this season, I believe, had I think it was an 8-game win streak. Haven't won more than 3 in the second half of this season, and have only picked up 1 win so far in this series. They have the lead, though, in game 4. Showing bunt and pulling back is Rosengard. The ball gets past Dylan Wilkinson, and that will allow Jacob Jablonski to advance to second on the wild pitch. Dylan Gardner is going to exchange the ball, as that one took a long ride in the dirt. Longest winning streak, let me correct myself, was 12. Started on May 26th against Oakland and ended on June 7th against the Red Pocket Mobiles. Here comes the 1-0, and that one misses outside. Longest losing streak that they've had all season long, though, is just 2. Ogden Raptors, if they were to win the next 2 games of this series, would break that record, as it would be 3 straight losses, but they are looking at a 1-0 deficit right now. Runner on second, 2-0. That one does catch the top left side of the zone. Upper outside part of the zone for the lefty Rosengard. Rosengard has the best average on the entire team at 400, but he's only had 20 at-bats. So not quite enough to really qualify him for anything in the series. He played in games 1 and 2 as the 2-1 misses too high, and is currently 4 for 9 on the series, so batting just shy of 500 on the series. Gardner trying to avoid his 32nd walk of the season. Has to challenge the strike zone with a 3-1 count. Checks the runner on second. Kicks his left leg. Here comes the pitch. That one's too high, and it's a 5-pitch walk. So Emilio Corona, the center fielder, batting 6th, will step into the box now with 2 outs, but runners on first and second. Game 1 of this series, we only had 3 walks between the 2 teams. Haven't had quite the same results since then. Dylan Gardner about to throw his 20th pitch, so not an efficient first inning at all. Righty Emilio Corona, slightly open stance, ball or bat up vertical. He ropes this one into left field. That one's pulled. It's going to bounce all the way to the wall. Coming around to score 1 run is going to be Jacob Jablonski, and following suit is Benjamin Rosengard. And that clears the bases with a 2 RBI double by Emilio Corona. And Long Beach is leading by 3 now. The Raptors have not won a game that they have trailed in yet in this series. Game 1 that they won, they led start to finish. Game 3 that they won, they also led start to finish. Just the second time that Long Beach has scored in the top of the first inning in this series. Here comes the first pitch to Cooper Vest. That one misses outside and too low for ball 1. Best a lefty, alternating of lefties and righties in the middle part of this lineup. Here comes the 1-0 from Gardner. That one misses up high as well, and it's now 2-0. Gardner struggling to locate the strike zone a bit right now. Has been an issue for him this year with the most walks of anyone on the team, and Evan Parker wants to jump the gun before anything gets worse, and he'll walk out to have a couple words with his pitcher out on the mound. So Benjamin Rosengard was the only walk that Dylan Gardner has given up so far. But that walk put runners on first and second for Emilio Corona to come up. And on the first pitch he saw, he lined it down the left field area and scored a run. Scored 2 runs, excuse me. Dylan Gardner has been a member of the Raptors for a couple years now, so Evan Parker not afraid to give him the tough love, kind of get up in his grill a little bit, knows that Gardner can take it. He's been a very reliable reliever for them this year. Coming in 20 times in relief, just his 3rd start. Needs just one more out to get out of this inning. Keep the Raptors within 3, which is manageable distance, especially with 9 innings of batting left to go. This one is tailing into left field. Tyler Gannis settles under it at the warning track, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Long Beach Coast score 3 runs off of 3 hits and a walk, and they lead this one 3-0. We'll get our first look at the Ogden Raptors offense after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
It starts with a vision, a goal that sets the wheels in motion. The path may be rough, but with grit, hard work, and the right support, no race is too tough. No goal beyond reach. Bank of Utah provides all the tools and expertise I need to get across the finish line. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey with Bank of Utah today.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back from the break. Tonight's broadcast is presented on the Home Team Network for live video streaming, on YouTube for audio-only coverage, and on 88.9 FM for In the Park Radio.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Bottom of the first inning, and it'll be Chase Valentine leading off the order for the Ogden Raptors, the reliable leadoff man. Raptors currently trail at 3-0 after Dylan Gardner and co. gave up 3 runs in the top of the first. Chase Valentine hits the first pitch to deep left field. And he just needs one pitch to cut into that 3-run deficit that the Ogden Raptors are facing. 1 pitch, 1 home run. Chase Valentine trots around the bases. That is his 15th home run of the season. High fives Carmine Lane as he trots past, so not the greatest start on the mound for Nick Bautista. Bautista's been pretty solid this year, having only given up 5 home runs. That was his 6th. But the big thing to look out for with Nick Bautista is the amount of people he strikes out. He has struck out 48 batters on the season thus far, averaging over a strikeout per inning as he has pitched 41 in a third innings. First pitch was a ball to Carmine Lane. Next pitch misses a bit too low for ball 2. Carmine had a great day in the first game of the doubleheader, game 2 of the series. He had 3 home runs. All 3 of them came in back-to-back-to-back at-bats as well. So he was seeing the ball very well clearly. He hits this next pitch up the center. Center fielder Corona settles under it and makes a snag for the first out of the inning. Gio Ferraro up now, the first baseman today. Gio has tied the team lead in this series, as he has hit a home run that got him up to 19 home runs. Batting 5 for 13 on the series, has picked up a hit in every single game. 2 hits in game 3 and game 1. First pitch to him, swung on and missed. A little bit behind that one, and Gio Ferraro has a bit of a tendency to sometimes wind himself up a little bit too much, where instead of just moving his hands back at the ready, they move back and around his whole body. Can cause him to have trouble making his way back in time with the ball. 0-1 count. That one misses outside, so it's now 1-1. Yesterday's game, Ferraro scored 4 times himself, had an RBI and walked twice. Went 2 for 3 on the day. Here comes the 1-1. That one misses up high as well. 2-1 count. Last year, Ogden made the playoffs by that rule where if a team is in the top 2 in both halves of the season, then it goes to overall standing. So that's how they got in the playoffs. And unless they really turn the second half of the season around, as the next pitch misses low in the dirt, it's likely going to be this same formula for them to get into the playoffs this year. They sit 4th overall in the standings for the whole season, but 7th in the second half of the season at just 8-7. 3-1 pitch. Catches the outside of the zone. Full count. Chase Valentine obviously homered on the first pitch. Carmine Lane got out in 3 pitches. So the longest at-bat that Bautista has manned so far. 3-2 on the ground. Moving over to his right is Patrick Roche. Crossfield throw is a little bit too high and able to get his toe on the bag is Cooper Vest. He had to reach his entire frame to snag that ball. The Raptors fans thought his left big toe stepped out of the bag when he stretched for it, but according to our first base umpire, Mike Green, it was an out, second out of the inning. Third different shortstop that the Long Beach Coast have used this series, as it's been Matta, Young, and now Roche. First pitch misses outside to Colson Lawrence. Ball 1. The Ogden Raptors are using the exact same lineup that they had yesterday, 1 through 8 in Game 3. The only difference is Dylan Wilkinson coming in for Hank Dodson, playing catcher. This one is fouled to the left of Ed Campanello up the third base line, as Evan Parker and Evan Campanello have switched spots, going from one coaching first to the other coaching third. They swapped. 1-1 count coming into Colson Lawrence. Leader with home runs on the team, tied at 19 with Sebastian Greco. Next pitch is spiked into the dirt. Ball 2. Colson Lawrence most recently spent time on the Miami Marlins organization and is the most powerful guy on the team, according to hitting coach Ed Campanello. Said he's got the most raw power of anyone that he has watched in the last 5 years. High praise from Campanello. Here comes the 2-1. He gets under this one. It's just coming down from its apex now towards right field. Matthew Bardowell settles his feet under it and makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So the Ogden Raptors add one more run thanks to a Chase Valentine home run, but it's still Long Beach Coast with a 3-1 lead as we head into the top of the second inning after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Top of the second inning, Dylan Gardner going back to work. First pitch is a fly ball to right field. Going back to the wall is Garrett Bivacqua. Moving over to his left, he jumps, the ball drops. He missed the catch. Coming in and throwing it to second base, Cole Jordan handles, and that's a leadoff double for Easton Jones. That looked like a weak fly ball, and it just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. Just the classic trend that we've had in this series thus far. Apologies for keeping you waiting. Skipper Evan Parker on the line with us now. I had to call that first play, but Skip, how are we doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. So a long day yesterday. Once again, always preserving energy is the priority. What have you done in pregame today? Were there any changes made once again?
Yeah, obviously modifications to batting practice, modifications to our pregame defense, modifications to pitchers throwing just in terms of getting ready to play. Did the math on it. You know, those 16 innings yesterday puts us on the field for around 6 hours or so. You know, I mean, it was a long day. So, you know, just try to get us ready to play today and we'll be all right. Gardy gets a little bit of a tough break there to start the inning and getting out there. Good. We're good. So, you know, I mean, look, I always tell our starters, I tell everybody, look, 0, 1, and 2 innings or excuse me, 0, 1, and 2 run innings are not going to get us beat. 3 to 4 to 5 are kind of where you start playing with fire. But, you know, early in the game, 3-run innings not going to beat us. Obviously, we score right there in the first. So, like our chances of 27 outs.
Absolutely. Dylan Gardner getting his third start of the season. Just walk us through the thought process on putting him on the mound to start this one.
Yeah, obvious. It was a tough kind of strategic plan for the week. Gardy is very good out of the pen. He's good as a spot starter, so it wasn't a hard decision there. But we lost Belista, and
throw at the plate incoming from Gannis.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to watch that one there.
Oh, no worries. Duty calls.
Anyway, yeah, you know what? Gardy's ready for the moment, and he's going to keep us in the game early. So that was really what I was thinking. And he's seasoned enough as a veteran to be able to navigate us through this game. And, yeah, let's see what happens by the 9th inning.
Thanks for the time. That's manager Evan Parker for the Ogden Raptors.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Another run scores off of the bat of Eddie Pelk. He flies out, but that's going to be an RBI for him. First pitch is a called strike to Matthew Bardowell. What the Ogden Raptors have created by being the best offense in the league is that they can afford to give up runs. Now, it is hard on a day-in, day-out basis, as the 0-1 pitch is fouled away for strike 2. To know that your team is going to have to score 8, 9, 10 runs sometimes with the amount of runs that the defense gives up. But honestly, they have been achieving that thus far this season. Best batting average in the whole league at .358. Next pitch works up and inside, and that's going to be ball 1 to Bardowell. You look back on the entire season, saw the Raptors scoring in the double digits multiple times. Next pitch misses just a hair outside. Right now, the Raptors are averaging 11 runs a game in their wins, 13 runs, and the losses 8. So you can see that difference there. But even in their losses, you know, averaging buck more than a touchdown. Next pitch misses too high, and it's a full count. Gardner has given up 1 walk so far tonight. Bardowell, the man responsible for the first home run of this evening. Payoff pitch incoming. And it's tapped foul over the netting that is protecting O-Town up the first base line. I just saw one of the stars of the South Ogden Rock Stars. That is Emmy Kelleher, walking up and down the stairs here at Lindquist Field. Looks like she's enjoying a nice cold Pepsi in her hand. A lot of great offerings at Lindquist Field, and I would assume that the Pepsis are selling fast with the 100-degree weather today. Schatzman settles everything down by home plate, and it's now the 3-2 pitch that misses outside. Dylan Gardner, that's going to be one that he wants back after he got ahead in that count 0-2. Second walk of the day thus far for Gardner. Both of the walks have come with 2 outs. But last time that walk then came around to score. Trying to avoid the same result this time. Cuba Best steps out. He flew out to Cole Jordan, the second baseman, last time. Gardner gets a sign from Wilkinson. Wilkinson set up on the outside of the plate. Gardner seemed to hit his spot, but it just missed a bit outside, according to Schatzman's zone, and that is the correct call. 1-0 count. The runner on first is Bardowell after he's gotten walked. Gardner towing the rubber on the third base side. Cuba Best hits this one hard to Raptors Ridge. Going over on it is Garrett Bivacqua, and he makes up for a bit of a missed catch at the beginning of the inning with a running snag to end the inning and likely save a run. Long Beach Coast adds 1 more run thanks to a line-out RBI by Eddie Pelk. They lead this one 4-1 after 1.5. We'll be back for the second inning after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
LWE has become an industry leader and performed new construction and retrofit work to companies in several industries. LWE is located in northern Utah and has performed work throughout the western United States. We can be reached at 801-621-3220.
This can keep a battle buddy safe from the risk of suicide. I get it, it's just a phone. But when you call a friend, you show that you care, which can help them fight their inner battle. Now drop and call 20 people.
This is Hannah with the Ogden Raptors. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, videos, and accounts of this game is prohibited without the express written consent of the Pioneer Baseball League. Copyright 2024, Pioneer Baseball.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Bottom of the second inning, and Long Beach lead this one 4-1. First pitch misses outside and too high to Sebastian Greco. Greco coming off of a great game yesterday, going 4 for 5 with 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. Greco responsible for 8 runs in yesterday's game. The 1-0 pitch is lined into right field. Coming in on it is the right fielder. Diving and missing the ball is Bardwell. That one gets past him all the way to the wall. Sebastian Greco rounding second, taking off for third, and he'll make it there standing up. Ed Campanello pointing for him to get on the bag. And Sebastian Greco was standing on third before the ball even got into the infield. 3-bagger for Greco, and his bat stays hot. That is his 10th hit in the series. 10th hit in just 15 at-bats. Batting .667 on the series. Cole Jordan will step up to the plate now. Jordan with a solid day in both games yesterday. He went 5 for 9 across the 2 games. 5 RBIs across the 2. 4 RBIs in game 3 yesterday. First pitch to him. This is a bit too high. Ball 1. Jordan, one of the co-captains this year. He bats .336 on the season. Coming into the season, he had the second best batting average of any returner. Next pitch is right down the middle for called strike 1. Carmine Lane, the other co-captain, was the owner of the best batting average of any returner. 1-1 count. Greco standing just 90 feet away from home plate. Swing and a miss on the next pitch. Makes it 1-2. Jordan has had a home run in every single game of this series. Game 1, Game 2, and Game 3. He's responsible for 6 RBIs across the series. Seems to like the home crowd of Lindquist Field, trying to get this game started off right. The 1-2. He gets this one popped up just shy of the mound. The catcher, Cuba Best, makes the play on it in foul territory for the first out of the inning. Next up will be Garrett Bivacqua. All these Raptors getting their first at-bats of the afternoon. After Chase Valentine hit the homer on the first pitch of the game, Nick Batista sat down the rest of the batters in order. Lane Ferraro, then Lawrence. Garrett Bivacqua is playing right field. Just made that streaking catch a couple minutes ago. First pitch incoming. First pitch swinging. This one's tailing foul out of play at the left field line. I've had kind of a wacky week of baseball so far, especially with the 2 games being decided by 17 runs yesterday. If you've been watching those ones, let me know. 385-240-1121 is our text line. Chime in. Get some conversation going on the broadcast. Here comes the 0-1 to Bivacqua. That one works inside on him, and it hit his foot. So Sebastian Greco has to go back to third as it's a dead ball, but Garrett Bivacqua does get to take first base. It's only the 3rd batter that Bautista has hit this season. As we said, with the least amount of walks of anyone on the team, he's had great control. It's kind of been his MO, is being able to nicely work his way around the zone and work his way through at-bats. Bivacqua's on first. Sebastian Greco is on third for Tyler Gannis. Gannis getting his 2nd start in this series. First pitch misses for a ball against him. Tyler Gannis walked twice yesterday. Also scored 1 run himself. He had a pinch hit back in game 1 that he connected with for a single as well. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one's low in the dirt. Popping up and faking the throw to first is Cuba Bess, but now just lazily tosses it back to Bautista on the mound. 2-0 count to Gannis. The Northwestern Wildcat turned Oregon Duck turned Ogden Raptor. Here comes the 1-1. That one misses outside. So you have a griffin, which is, you know, a winged lion, or you have like a centaur that's the mix of the horse and a man. I mean, what would a wildcat duck raptor mix look like? This is the thoughts that happen when I'm alone in the booth. Here comes a 2-1. That one is a called strike on the outside of the zone. Gannis doesn't love it. Does not decide to challenge. Both teams have 2 red pocket mobile strike zone challenges. Neither team has been super challenge happy in this series. We have seen, I believe, 4 successful challenges across the 3 games. Usually, though, you'll see teams, especially more experienced teams, leaving their challenges for later in the game. 2-2 misses too high. Tyler Gannis on the season bats .327. But the key with his efficiency is he's only struck out 13 times. Has a great ability to protect the zone and protect the plate. Payoff pitch incoming. Might have to do that here. Fouls this one right back towards us. Man, was I close to being able to catch a ball, guys. I needed that one just about 7 inches higher. Only 3 more homestands this season, and I'm running out of time to make a play. We'll do the payoff pitch once again. Gannis, classic squatty stance. Royal blue bat over his right shoulder. Here comes the pitch. That one's too low, and he works a walk. 3rd walk that Gannis has worked in 4 at-bats going back to yesterday, and the bases are now loaded with 1 out for Dylan Wilkinson. Wilkie, one of those players who was on the Ogden Raptors roster last season, returning for another year here in Ogden. Last season, he batted .317, played in 61 games. This season, has already played in 52 games, batting .320. So it's been a better season thus far for Dylan Wilkinson. And the key ability that he has added to the team is just his ability to play absolutely anywhere on the field. He has played in the outfield. He has played in the infield. He's played catcher, which is where he's playing tonight. Just a real do-it-all guy. I mean, I think I say this on every broadcast. The utility player is becoming so much more important, especially in this level of baseball, and no one does it better than Dylan Wilkinson. Also, just to add more versatility, he bats lefty and throws righty. The only way he'd be more versatile is if he was a switch hitter. Maybe I'll let him know that, see if we can add that to the repertoire. So bases loaded for Dylan Wilkinson. He bats .320 on the season. 3 home runs thus far. Swings on the first pitch and fouls it away. Evan Parker, the manager of the Raptors, had a few words with him before his at-bat. Likely just talking a bit of strategy. So 0-1 count. Bautista in a bit of a jam at the moment. 0-1 is swung on. Ground ball, double play potential. They'll throw it home for 1 out, go to first. And they aren't able to get the second, but they do get the lead runner. And Evan Parker's head looks like it's in his hands. A little bit disappointed about that one. Wilkinson, lucky that they weren't able to turn 2, so he reaches on the fielder's choice that gets Sebastian Greco out, who was coming home. Benjamin Rosengard, the third baseman, had a good job. Just waited, made a patient play. If the throw had come in with a little bit more zip, might have been able to get the second out over at first. But it would have probably been asking for a lot. So now the bases are still loaded for Chase Valentine. He hit that leadoff homer. He's only seen 1 pitch in this game so far, and he took it yard. That next one works up and inside on him for ball 1. That one was inches from walking a man home. Barely missed clipping Chase Valentine. A 1-0 pitch. That one misses outside. Bautista having uncharacteristic control issues thus far. Like I said, he's the team leader in least amount of walks, which is obviously what you want to be leading in as a pitcher. But this game, he has already walked 1 and given up 1 free base. 2-0 pitch coming into Valentine, and he swings and misses on a check swing that he just kind of continued through the strike zone. It didn't have a lot of mustard behind it. Two-one count, bases are loaded, this time 2 outs. Defense has a force at any base. They're all playing deep in the infield. Next pitch misses outside. Cuba Best misses the catch, but he knocked it down just enough to stay near him. And Garrett Bivacqua, who's standing on third, couldn't advance. So now a 3-1 count to Chase Valentine, who has given himself the ability to be a little bit picky here. Valentine, one of the few players on the team who wears short pants, which allows the red socks that match the jersey to be seen. Here comes a 3-1. That one misses a bit outside, and that's going to walk a run home. Uncharacteristic, to say the least, from Bautista. Came into the game with just 13 walks. He now has 15, and that was 13 walks across 41 and a third innings pitched. So he was averaging about a third of a walk per inning, also known as a walk every 3 innings. So far, he's already given up 3 free bases in this inning. The Raptors now trail this one by 2, 4-2, Carmine Lane, bases loaded, 2 outs. Had the same situation for the last 2 batters. Bases have been loaded for the last 3 batters. First pitch misses outside for ball 1 to Lane. As I mentioned earlier, Carmine Lane was the best returning batting average for any Raptor, and he's continued a solid year this year, batting .405. He gets under this one, however. It's into shallow right field. Going back on it is the second baseman, but making the play is the right fielder, Bardowell, who went on a little bit of a jog about 30 yards in from right field. So the Ogden Raptors add 1 more run. They still trail by 2. It's 4-2 in favor of the Long Beach Coast. And we'll be back after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
At the Prairie Schooner, you can dine in a covered wagon while enjoying our delicious hand-cut steaks, fresh seafood, and signature desserts. Go to prairieschoonerrestaurant.com or call us at 801-392-2712 to reserve your table today.
Who's pitching?
3 wireless carriers.
Big corporate mobile. Our stock always goes up. So do your prices. I'm out. We're cheap, just like your coverage.
We're Red Pocket, your new ultimate cell carrier. Only we give you all 3. No price increases, 2-minute care, and all major networks for your best 5G coverage.
What's your ask?
$10.
You've got a deal. Switch to Red Pocket. Like me, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Beginning of the 3rd inning. It's Long Beach Coast leading this one 4-2. Swing and a miss on the first pitch by Jacob Jablonski. Hasn't been the start that Dylan Gardner dreamt of, but Evan Parker's big mantra for his pitchers is that 0-1 and 2 innings, 2-run innings won't kill them. 3 and 4, as he said in the interview, quote, playing with fire, but they can live with them. And so far, Dylan Gardner putting them in a position that they can live with, trailing this one just by 2. Raptors, a team that is averaging 11 runs a game. 1-1 is fouled back to make it 1-2. So if they can give up, right around less than 7 or 8 runs, they're very comfortable. Dylan Gardner in just his 3rd start of the season, but it is his 23rd appearance. So He's thrown quite a lot. This is his 43rd inning of work for the Raptors. Here comes the 1-2. It's pulled right into the glove of Gio Ferraro. He snags that line drive for the first out of the inning. Those defenders on the corners have to have reaction time. Gio Ferraro showing off just how much he had. And also just great camera work from our guys out there to track that ball and stay on it. I think they're the unspoken heroes out here covering the game. First pitch called strike coming into Rosengard. Benjamin Rosengard worked a walk his last time up. Going through the order for the second time, our Long Beach Coast. Scored 4 runs their first time through the order. This one's popped back into the stands for a foul ball, and Gardner gets ahead 0-2. Gardner still searching for his first strikeout of the night. So far, he has produced 6 flyouts or lineouts and just 1 grounder. Also given up a home run. Next pitch misses a bit too high. Check swing doesn't cross over home plate by Rosengard, so it's now 1-2. Gardner is a man pretty known for his strikeouts, obviously. 41 on the season. One of the better totals. The team lead is 63, but 41 is the 3rd most of anyone. Next pitch misses, and it's now 2-2. Excuse me, next pitch is foul back. 1-2. Rosengard, best batting average on the team for Long Beach Coast, but has only had 20 at-bats. This is his 21st. 7th start of the season. Long Beach hasn't changed up their roster too much throughout the season, but the people they've added have made a difference. 1-2 on the ground. Ferraro backhands it, and he'll underhand scoop it over to Dylan Gardner, who steps on first base for the second out of the inning. And Gio Ferraro's getting some action down there on the first base line. Line out, and now a ground out to him. Best start to an inning that the Raptors defense has had all game long. Looking for the first 1-2-3 inning for either team in this ball game. Emilio Corona, who's 1 for 1 on the night. Trying to see what he has to say about it. First pitch misses a bit too high and inside to Corona. Emilio Corona is a 24-year-old from San Luis Obispo. Has spent time in the Pioneer League before this with the Great Falls Voyagers. This one's popped up the first base line, but it's going to sail out of play and into O-Town. You know, I heard the other day that our guy Eric Kelleher, who kind of is our do-it-all guy on this media crew, went down to O-Town to get a burger. And next thing he knew, he was grilling and helping out with the food over there. And if that doesn't describe Eric, I don't know what does. 1-1 misses too high, and it's now 2-1. Corona is one of many players for this team, the Long Beach Coast, who's in their inaugural season in the Pioneer League, who had players come from other Pioneer League teams. 2-1 pitch is fouled away to make it 2-2. Now, manager Troy Percival spent 2 seasons with the Idaho Falls Chuckers. And then moved over, obviously, to Long Beach. This has been his most successful season thus far. He was 94 and 97 with Idaho in 2024 and 2025, and he brought quite a few players with him. 2-2 misses outside. But then of the players that he didn't bring with him, he just kind of looked around the league. And you get Cuba Bess, who has been the hot bat in this series from the Yuba Sutter High Wheelers. Now Corona from the Great Falls Voyagers. Cooper Vest, the man on deck, also from the Voyagers. 2-2, though, is swung on and missed. And that's Dylan Gardner's first strikeout of the night. And the first 1-2-3 inning that we've seen. Dylan Gardner sits them down in order. His team, though, still trailing by 2. 4-2 in favor of Long Beach Coast. You're listening to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
Who's pitching?
3 wireless carriers.
Big corporate mobile. Our stock always goes up. So do your prices. I'm out. We're cheap, just like your coverage.
We're Red Pocket, your new ultimate cell carrier. Only we give you all 3. No price increases, 2-minute care, and all major networks for your best 5G coverage.
What's your ask?
$10.
You've got a deal. Switch to Red Pocket. Like me, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Welcome back from the break. Tonight's broadcast is presented on the Home Team Network for live video streaming, on YouTube for audio-only coverage, and on 88.9 FM for In the Park Radio.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's Long Beach Coast 4, Raptors 2, but in the top of the 3rd inning, the Long Beach Coast were held scoreless for the first time this game. Gio Ferraro is the man up for the Raptors, due up in this inning. Ferraro, he swings on the first pitch and misses. Lawrence, and then Greco. Really the 3 power hitters for the Ogden Raptors team, as Greco and Lawrence both have, Ferraro and Lawrence both have 19 home runs, and Greco has 16. Here comes the 0-1 to Ferraro. He swings and misses once again, and he falls behind 0-2. Ferraro grounded out to shortstop his last time up. He's had a good series thus far. Triple in the first game with 2 RBIs, home run in the second game with an RBI, and then batted 1 run in yesterday. He holds back on the 0-2 pitch that misses outside for ball 1. Ferraro from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 24-year-old. Everyone on the Raptors roster is going to be 25 and below. They choose to be a 25 and below team. Comes the 1-2. That one works up and inside on the grill of Ferraro, and it's now 2-2. So Ferraro's 24, started playing at 7. By my math, that puts him at 17 years of baseball. Here comes the 2-2. He hits this one very lightly, a high hop, and it's handled by the pitcher, Batista, and he'll throw it over to first base. Ferraro did not hustle down the first base line as he thought that was going to be a foul ball. And by the time he started running, Batista already had the ball in his hand. Ferraro basically ran down the first base line with his hands out to his sides, a little bit confused that that wasn't a foul ball. So another ground out for Gio Ferraro, and it'll bring up Colson Lawrence. He flew out, to right field his last time up. Colson was coming off of I would say, subpar series for him in Montana by his standards, as he bats .394 on the season, and he was just 5 for 23 across those 6 games, batting .217. But he's bounced back in Ogden thus far. 7 for 14, batting exactly .500 in the series. Here comes the 0-1. Swings and misses. He falls behind 0-2 as well. Bautista doing a good job getting ahead of batters so far in this inning. Uncharacteristic second inning for him, where he gave up 3 free bases, something that he very rarely does, averaging a walk every 3 innings. Here comes the 0-2. Lawrence waits on the off speed and lifts it out of play, foul. That was a pitch that was high in the strike zone, but was going to be a called strike. And it was a good pitch for Lawrence to just bat away, as it's probably a pitch that's going to produce a fly out. Sebastian Greco stands in the on-deck circle as the 0-2 is grounded. Charging it is Rosengard. He'll take a couple steps and throw it over to the first baseman, Cooper Vest, for the second out of the inning. 5 outs in a row across the 2 teams. in the top of the third and the bottom of the third. That's the most consecutive outs we've had in this game yet. That, I can't say I've been tracking this, but that's got to be close to the most consecutive outs we've had in this series. As we had over 60 runs scored yesterday. And then if you go back to the first game of the series, where it was 17-9, that puts us at over 80 runs for the whole series. First pitch to Sebastian Greco is low in the dirt, and it rolls lazily behind Cuba Bess. We've got new catchers on both sides in this game. Cuba Bess putting on the pads for Long Beach. Dylan Wilkinson for the Raptors. Here comes the 1-0 to Greco, and that one misses up high. He gets ahead 2-0. Sebastian Greco, an interesting story for the Raptors, as he played for them last year, but did not start the season with the Raptors. Joined about a quarter of the way through. He had a 5-game hit streak when he joined the team. 2-0 pitch is a called strike. Nice north-south movement on that. Started up high and dove into the zone. So the 5-game hit streak, he went cold for a little bit and then has bounced back nicely. He's batting .361 on the season. Getting back in the action as he didn't play in their most recent series in Glacier. Here comes the 2-1. That one misses outside, so it's now 3-1. Can't even say he's getting back in the action. Really, Greco is creating the action. He is 9 for 14 in this series. Actually, 10 for 15 as he got the hit to start this game. Here comes the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Pitch that was a little bit high and outside the zone. Greco might have turned back to ask Schatzman, was that going to be a called strike, as batters often do. So now 3-2. Bautista searching for his first strikeout of the night. Here comes the pitch. That one's too high, and Bautista's third walk of the game, 4th free pass. Very surprising. Not what the scouting report would have told the Raptors to expect. Cole Jordan will step up. He popped out to the catcher his last time up. Jordan, the co-captain, trying to mount a bit of a 2-out rally. First pitch is a called strike. That one right down the middle. 91 miles an hour from Bautista, so he's got the speed to get into that lower 90 area. Nick Bautista, another one of those players who spent time in the Pioneer League, as the next pitch is fouled away to make it 0-2. Actually, that pitch was right in front of the plate. Similar situation to Sebastian Greco. And so it was picked up by Bess, and he tagged Jordan, and Schatzman called him out. So Schatzman was calling that ball fair, not a dead ball. They're going to have a discussion now between the first base umpire and Schatzman. And they're saying that it hit the foot of Cole Jordan when he was in the box, so it'll just be a foul ball. Troy Percival comes out of the dugout to get an explanation of his own. This goes to my point of how umpires are always in a lose-lose situation. Because initially, Percival's thrilled with that call. Evan Parker is distraught. And so you got one person happy, one person upset. Then you turn over the call, and yeah, you make Evan Parker happy, but now you have Troy Percival up in your ear. I don't see the desire to be an umpire. I think I'm maybe too people-pleasy for that. Maybe it's exposure therapy to be an umpire, just to make people angry. Here comes the 0-2 to Jordan. Grounds this one up the third base line, but foul. Ball boy comes out of the woodwork to make a good play on the ball. 0-2. Raptors are trailing it by 2. They've scored in every inning thus far, but they've just put up a 1 in each inning. Long Beach scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second, a 0 up in the top of the third. Here comes the 0-2. This one very lightly tapped. First baseman will handle it himself. That's Cooper Vest, the BYU product. And he'll step on first for the third out of the inning. So same result, just a couple pitches later as the overturned call. And it is 0 runs for either team in the third inning. We'll be back for the top of the fourth with Long Beach Coast leading at 4-2 after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Raptor fans, Tara Carney, your local Allstate insurance agent, wants you to know you are always in good hands with Allstate. They can help with all your insurance needs, from protecting your auto and property to your family's future with life and financial services and everything in between. Give Tara a call at 801-606-4547 or email her at tara@allstate.com for a free quote. You can even stop by her office on the corner of 20th and Washington. And remember, you're always in good hands with Allstate.
Hi, I'm Christopher with Absolute Comfort Heating and Air, and I would do anything to keep my customers comfortable. And when it comes to family, I would do anything for love. I'd fix just about anything. You know I would do anything for you. I won't do that.
But you won't do that.
At Absolute Comfort, I'll do whatever it takes to keep you comfortable.
Don't be a bench warmer. Call the insurance center so that you can get on the field and have a good time and get your insurance done properly. Go Raptors!
Hey, gang, you're watching Ogden Raptors professional baseball right here on the Raptors Baseball Network. Ciao, baby.
First pitch called strike in the top of this fourth inning coming into Cooper Vest. Dylan Gardner still on the mound, starting his fourth inning of work. His best inning came in the top of the third, where he got them out 1-2-3. This one not going to start that way as the ball bounces off of the wall out in left field. Throw in. Great throw by Colson Lawrence, but it's not getting there in time, and it's a leadoff double for Cooper Vest. Colson Lawrence shows off his arm power there, as really with no run into the throw, just flat-footed, he launched that one from basically 387 feet away from home plate to second base. So now it will be Easton Jones, the DH, up. He's already got an RBI on the night. RBI double back in the second inning. First pitch misses too high, and it's 1-0. Cooper Vest, the first baseman, has already shown off a little bit of his speed in this game on the fielding side, so he's got a little bit of it on the base paths. Next pitch works up and inside on Jones for ball 2. Vest out on the base pass, has stolen 4 bases thus far this year. 89 steals as a team for Long Beach Coast. They're not the most aggressive on the base paths. In comparison, the Raptors have 127. Here comes a 2-0. That one inside again. And Jones gives a prolonged look at Dylan Gardner, the pitcher. Now, to my knowledge, no reason for there to be any ill will between any of these teams or either of these players. I mean, there can't really be a history, as this is the first time that they've met in Long Beach Coast's inaugural season. Dylan Gardner steps off the mound as he makes sure that Cooper Vest is staying honest on the base paths. Got to challenge the zone on a 3-0 count. Gardner checks the runner. Kicks and deals. That one catches the inside of the zone for called strike 1. Jones tried to sell that it was an inside ball by raising his hands up. A move that Raptors fans have seen Carmine Lane do quite a few times, but Schatzman didn't fall for it. 3-1. Gardner has walked 2 batters tonight. 1 in the first, 1 in the second. This next pitch is fouled away, and so now we've got a full count on our hands. Basically opposite jerseys tonight. You've got the Raptors with the white pants, their jerseys full of color, and then you've got Long Beach just in black, white, and gray. So Long Beach working on a gray scale, where the Raptors are providing a pop of color out in the field. Payoff pitch from Gardner. in on the hands and fouled away into the netting of Jones. Shadows, as always, are an issue, or not maybe an issue, but a factor here at Lindquist Field at the time of the night where Dylan Gardner on the rubber is illuminated in the sunlight, but everything else on the way to home plate is in the shades. Your ball starts in the sun and then goes into the darkness. 3-2, swung on and missed, and Dylan Gardner works back from 3-0 to get his second strikeout of the night. Great battle out of the second-year Raptor. And that's got to be a confidence boost as well, just knowing that even if the at-bat doesn't start the exact way that you want it to, you can still work your way back into it. That's exactly what Gardner did. He's now struck out 2 of his last 3 batters. 1 out for Patrick Roche. The shortstop, he grounded out to Chase Valentine last time. With just 1 out, Cooper Vest does not have to run if he doesn't want to. First pitch of the at-bat is swung on and missed. That one painted the bottom right side of the strike zone. Roche was a bit ahead of it. Patrick Roche has played in the first and third games of this series. He's batting 3 for 9 coming into this game, 3 for 10 now, so a smooth 300. Here comes the 0-1 to him. He swings and misses on a dirty pitch by Dylan Gardner that just dove out of the zone. That was the Pioneer League version of the Shohei Ohtani ball that starts in the zone and then just takes the legs out from under it and dives. Oh, 2, runner is on second. That runner is Cooper Vest. Patrick Roche trying to avoid being the third batter struck out in Dylan Gardner's last 4. Here comes the 0-2. That one is up and inside, almost clipped him. Dylan Gardner's misses tonight have been up and in the grills of the right-handed batters. There's such thing as productive outs. I would say sometimes there's also such thing as a productive ball. Obviously, you can achieve changing eye levels, changing speed, but also those ones inside, make sure that you're never getting comfortable in the batter's box if you're a batter. You know, no matter how tough you are, no matter how much mental fortitude you have, if you have a 94-mile-an-hour baseball riding up and into your jaw, as that's going to be a balk called on Dylan Gardner. Schatzman behind home plate basically did a little bit of a shoulder shimmy, indicating, I guess, what Gardner did. Gardner can't believe it. His hands are out to his sides. A couple questions coming in from the Raptors dugout, but nonetheless, 2-2 count, and Cooper Vest gets to take third. Or excuse me, 1-2 count. Swung on and missed, so Dylan Gardner has now picked up his 3rd strikeout of the night, 3 of the last 4. And 1 more out means that balk is meaningless, and they'll strand Cooper Vest over on third base. However, he's rolling over to the top of the batting order in the best bat in the lineup, Eddie Pelk. He's been the best bat in the lineup on the season, has not been the best bat in the lineup in this series. He's just 1 for 10 in this series. First pitch to him, misses up too high. Ball 1, 1-0 count. In game 1 of this series, Eddie Pelk snapped a 60-game on-base streak for the season and a 75-game on-base streak that dated back to last season. And then in game 2, he finally got to rest. First time all season. The 1-0, foul back over our heads. Wilkinson snaps his helmet off his head, but won't be able to make a play on the ball. Dylan Wilkinson rocks more of the modern catcher's helmet that is all one piece and is solid around the entire back of your head. Hank Dodson opts for the backwards coach's helmet with the umpire mask. Believe Jason Jellick does as well. Here's the 1-1. That one's inside. The ball gets away from Wilkinson, but he picks it up quickly, and Vest retreats back to third. Raptors 8-7 in the second half of the season. Long Beach Coast 11-4. Long Beach already has punched their ticket to the playoffs. Ogden on a quest to still do so. Made the playoffs last year, trying to make it 2 years in a row. 2025, 2026. Here comes a 2-1. This one on the ground. Cole Jordan lays out at second, but it gets past him. That'll score Cooper Vest. And it's an RBI single for Eddie Pelk to make it a 5-3 game and a 5-2 game and a 3-run lead for Long Beach Coast. That's a ball also that probably didn't get deep enough into the outfield to have scored Cooper Vest had the balk not happened and got him to third. But easy to play the what-if game. Dylan Gardner out on the mound. Just going to have to keep moving forward. Brings up Matthew Bardwell, who hit a home run on the second pitch he saw in this game and then has worked a walk. So giving Dylan Gardner a little bit of fits so far. First pitch misses just barely outside despite the stuck frame from Dylan Gardner. Eddie Pelk, the man on first. 8 steals on the season. Very, very short lead off of first. Only about a large stride. Dylan Gardner, though, still paying attention to him. Throws it back to Ferraro. And Eddie Pelk able to make it back standing up to give any indication to the people listening on YouTube audio stream how close he was already standing to first base. Wherever you're listening from, we are very appreciative, whether it's the HTN video stream or the YouTube audio stream. Next pitch is batted foul out of play. Bardwell was a little bit behind that pitch. It was middle, but had a decent amount of movement on it out of the hand of Gardner. People have started to meander their way to the bullpen for the Ogden Raptors, but no one throwing yet. 1-1 with 2 outs. Gardner, quick pitch, called strike. So Gardner has a pretty elongated left leg kick, and his knee usually makes it above his belt loop. Whereas on that one, his leg probably only got about 5 feet off the ground, and then he just slung it right into the strike zone, and that's exactly what he did. The 1-2 pitch misses too low. Dylan Wilkinson can't locate the ball, and that's going to be enough for Eddie Pelk to take second. I would guess that goes down as a pass ball in the stats, but we'll see. Putting it isn't a wild pitch, so this is why I'm calling the game and not doing the stats. I guess technically it's scorekeeping, not stats. Bottom line is I wouldn't be good at any of those jobs. 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner on second. Whole lot of twos for Dylan Gardner. His team, 2 runs, trailing by 3. The pitch is lifted. Center field. Colson Lawrence moving over to his left, shading the sun from his eyes, and he makes the catch as he continued to drift over into right field. Third out of the inning is recorded, but the Long Beach Coast score one more run, and they lead it 5-2 as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
At the Prairie Schooner, you can dine in a covered wagon while enjoying our delicious hand-cut steaks, fresh seafood, and signature desserts. Go to prairieschoonerrestaurant.com or call us at 801-392-2712 to reserve your table today.
This broadcast is the exclusive property of the Ogden Raptors Baseball Club and the Pioneer Baseball League. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Ogden Raptors and the Pioneer Baseball League is strictly prohibited.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network, Arden Locke, and we are joined once again by the manager for Long Beach Coast, Troy Percival. Skip, do you hear us?
I do, barely.
Barely, okay. It might be easier to hear if you move back in the dugout, but whatever works for you. First off, a record settings of sorts day yesterday with over 60 runs. Long day. How do you make sure your guys are fresh for today?
Well, these guys know very well it's a 96-game season, and you're going to have to go out there tired. And I think both teams have got a lot of guys out there running on fumes.
Absolutely. A bit of an uncharacteristic start for Bautista, as he's a guy who has had the least walks of anyone issued on your team. What's the conversation like in the dugout to try to maybe get him back to more of his bread and butter?
Oh, we're just telling him to attack early in the count. I think we were trying to get a little tricky early on, and now we're just attacking the zone and take what we get.
Quick out there in the bottom of the fourth inning. That's Troy Percival, manager of Long Beach Coast. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Garrett Bivacqua lines out to center field, and now it brings up Tyler Gannis. He worked a hard-fought walk his last time up. First pitch misses too low for ball one. Garrett Bivacqua on the night now 0 for 1 after the hit by pitch. Tyler Gannis is technically not had an at-bat yet, as he did work that walk. 1-0 is swung on and popped foul out of play. One out. Tyler Gannis sung the national anthem earlier this week on game 2. Next pitch misses outside. That was honestly the most exciting thing that happened on Wednesday, as we only played not even a full inning, or not even a full half inning of baseball. 2 outs were recorded, 7 runs were scored, so there's plenty of action, and then we went into a lightning delay. Gannis got a 2-1 count on him right now. Pitch inside, but catches the inside of the zone, so now it's 2-2. Bautista has had great control thus far this inning. Got Bivacqua out in just 2 pitches. 2-2 count now on Gannis. Gannis fouled one off that was on the outside of the zone and then got a called strike on the inside of the zone. It's been working east-west very well thus far, has Bautista. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Fouled away, up and out of play onto 22nd Street. Good crowd here on this Friday night. And to much of the fans' enjoyment, a lot of the stands are in shade right now, which is very important. Sun still doesn't set for about an hour, but temperature definitely has dropped a little bit. Here comes a 2-2 pitch on the ground at third base. Rosengard backhands it and lasers it over to Vest. That one was on a rope for the second out of the inning. Two outs, 2 up, 2 down, Tyler Gannis and Garrett Bivacqua. Dylan Wilkinson, the 9-hole hitter, will come up. Last time he came up, the bases were loaded. He grounded over to third base and reached on a fielder's choice. Bautista still looking for his first strikeout of the night. All of the outs that have been recorded have been thanks to his defense behind him. First pitch to Wilkinson misses outside for ball 1. Tomorrow, Utah Fry Sauce, the alter ego of the Ogden Raptors. And then Sunday, we'll wrap up this series for the day game. 1-0 pitch by Wilkinson is lined into right field. Going over to his left side is Matthew Bardowell, and he makes the catch pretty casually for the third out of the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning for the first time for Long Beach Coast and their defense. And this game is 5-2 in their favor after 4. We'll be back to the top of the 5th inning after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Whatever you do, don't drop the ball at the Raptors Stadium. And we don't want to let you drop the ball for your insurance. We want to make sure that you have the proper coverage and the best price. Here at the Insurance Center, we're going to take care of you. We've had a great relationship with the Raptors, and we want to have a great relationship with you. Your auto, your home, your life, your health, your business. We have experts that are there to take care of you. We've been doing this for a long time. We are your trusted choice insurance agency here locally. We're the only best practice insurance agency north of Salt Lake. Realize that we're going to take the best care of you. Give us a call, 801-622-2626. Look us up online, www.insurancecenterut.com. We're here to take care of you and hit the ball out of the park.
Welcome back from the break. Tonight's broadcast is presented on the Home Team Network for live video streaming, on YouTube for audio-only coverage, and on 88.9 FM for In the Park Radio.
Hey Raptor fans, when enjoying a ball game here at Lindquist Field, make sure you check out the Raptors souvenir stand. Whether it be official player game caps and jerseys to golf shirts and t-shirts, the Raptors have everything to make up your fan support. They even carry ladies' designs. The souvenir stand is right behind home plate on the lower concourse. And for all the Raptor fans spread across this great country, OgdenRaptors.com is where you can find all the Raptors merchandise that you can get here at the ballpark. So be part of the Raptors family by sporting your favorite souvenir and apparel items. And let me tell you, you'll be the talk of the town. I've been repping some of the hats while I play golf, and they've been quite the hit, I would say. New pitcher in is Chase Chapman. So Dylan Gardner goes 4 innings. That's his longest outing of the season thus far. And Chase Chapman most recently pitched in that delayed game on Wednesday, and it was not his greatest outing. Schatzman behind home plate says they can still hear the music, so they'll make sure that everything's turned off. But this is a comeback game for Chase Chapman. He went just 2/3 of an inning, giving up 6 hits, 7 runs, as this one is hit high in the air to right field by Cuba Bess. A bat flip and a home run. Tough start for Chase Chapman, as that is the 8th run that he has allowed in the last few times that he has pitched. But as I was saying, he had the 6 hits, 7 runs, 3 of them earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and 2 home runs in his start on game 2. And now another home run given up to Cuba Bess. And Cuba has been hitting the ball very well. He had a home run in game 1, 2 grand slams in game 2, and then went 1 for 3 in game 3. So it's now a 6-2 lead in favor of Long Beach Coast. Cuba Bess takes Chapman's just his 2nd pitch of the game yard. Next pitch fouled away. 0-1 count on Jacob Jablonski. Tonight, Jablonski playing second base, singled, and then went on to score in the 1st inning, and then lined out to first base last time. Here comes the 0-1, that one inside. Chase Chapman is a man that the Raptors do have faith in. He was with the Raptors last year, started in 18 games, appeared in 20 this season, has already pitched a lot. This one is hit on the ground. Carmine Lane comes in on it, throwing it over to Ferraro on the run. And that's the first out of the inning recorded. So you do feel like this game's important for Chapman. You can chalk up one bad game to just a tough outing, a rough day, doesn't define you. The second it starts building and stretches across 24 hours, becomes another game, another tough start, or another tough outing, I guess, not starting this game. That's when it can start to mess with the confidence. So giving up the leadoff homer, but then producing that ground out, Chapman trying to continue his comeback game. An attempted bunt is strike 1 by Benjamin Rosengard. Rosengard tonight, 0 for 1, grounded out to first base his last time up. He did walk back in the 1st and go on to score. Next pitch is swung on and missed, and Chapman gets ahead 0-2 quickly. Rosengard, a 26-year-old from Chicago, Illinois. Most recently played for the Washington Wild Things before coming to play for Long Beach Coast. 1-0 finds the gap to the right of Carmine Lane up the third base line, fielded by the left fielder Tyler Gannis, and that'll be a single for Benjamin Rosengard. That one was on the ground quickly and basically just rolled its entire way out all the way about maybe 20 feet shy of the warning track. Stepping in will be Emilio Corona. He's doubled back in the first inning, struck out last time, yet to cross home plate tonight. That double back in the first inning, though, did score 2 runs. So he is responsible for a third of the runs on the board for Long Beach right now. First pitch misses outside by Chapman. Harper McClendon is standing up in the bullpen, but not throwing anything. He and Coach London are just having a bit of a chat. 1-0 count. Chase Chapman checks the runner on first, and that one misses as well. So now a 2-0 count. Raptors trailing by 4. Top of the 5th inning. Chapman gets a swing and a miss on his 2-0 pitch to make it 2-1. So Chase Chapman had just shy of a 6.0 ERA. He was 5.95 last season. This season, 8.31, and that was inflated greatly by Wednesday's game. The runner goes, and the hit and run executed perfectly. That one is hit into opposite field, right field, and able to make it all the way to third is Benjamin Rosengard. That had the same look of the perfectly executed Hank Dodson hit and run from yesterday's game. This time, though, the Raptors on the wrong side of it. Emilio Corona just showing exactly what a hit and run should look like. Runners on the corners now with 1 out. Double play is in play if there's any grounders, but base hit would score a run. Rosengard is on third, Corona on first for Cooper Vest. Runner goes. And the double play now out of the equation as the ball was in the dirt and Dylan Wilkinson didn't make a throw down to second. Those are the 90 feet that maybe aren't talked about too much on the stat sheet or in the post-game reports, but they do matter because it takes it from a ground ball that could ultimately end the inning and leave a runner stranded to now it gives the team the courtesy and the ability with just 1 out. You don't have to run. You're not worried about grounding into a double play, and any base hit now probably will score 2 runs. 1-0 count to Cooper Vest. Artie's had a double today. Here comes the pitch. That one misses outside. Now 2-0. 89 miles an hour out of the hand of Chapman. That's around where he'll throw. Can sneak into the 90s. Chapman has a 4-seam, a 2-seam, a changeup, a cutter, and a curveball. Pretty big arsenal from the lefty. The 2-0 pitch hit into left field on the fly. Tyler Gannis retreats. He makes a snag, but it's likely going to be deep enough to score a run. Coming in to score is going to be Vest, and he will do so. Excuse me, that's Rosengard. So the second run has already scored in this inning. 2 outs now, but it's a 7-2 lead for Long Beach Coast. If we're still living by Evan Parker's mantra from our interview, they can live with the 2-run innings. It's the 3 runs, and the 4 runs where you start playing with fires. So Chase Chapman, he needs 1 more out to allow just 2 runs in this inning. His team, though, trailing by 5. The runner goes to third. The throw by Wilkinson is not in time. Great jump off of second base from Corona. Chase Chapman just might not have kept his eye on him quite long enough. Dylan Wilkinson had a nice laser down to Carmine Lane, but just couldn't overcome how good of a jump Corona got. Easton Jones up now. 0-1 is swung on and missed to make it 0-2. Chapman's looking for his first strikeout. So far, he has created a ground out and a fly out, giving up a home run and 2 singles. 2 runs have already scored on him. Jones played his college baseball at BYU and is from Orem, Utah, so a homecoming for him. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and that one's too high. I was told by the Long Beach Coast broadcaster, Jesse Cook, that Easton Jones actually just got picked up at the airport by his family right off the plane. So now 1-2. This one fouled back, just barely clipped. And Jones is lucky that caught lumber for him to stay alive. Jones doubled back in the second inning, has also struck out. First time that he's seen Chapman tonight. He was playing back in game 1, though, and he swings and misses on a 78-mile-an-hour off-speed for Chapman's first strikeout of the night, and it ends the inning. And Chase Chapman is staring down the dugout of Long Beach Coast. He did give up 2 runs, and now it's a 7-2 victory, or 7-2 lead for Long Beach Coast after 4.5 innings. We'll be back for the bottom of the 5th after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
I had a couple of friends that have come here, and they said that the education from the instructors was just really great. It was kind of between Davis Tech and here, and I decided to pick here because of the instructors. I've always loved hair, nail, and skin and all of those things, so I just thought it was a perfect career opportunity to be able to make my own schedule and do what I love. I really love doing men's haircuts, so that's probably my favorite. That, and then just coloring's fun because you get to experiment and kind of create new things, which is always fun. It's fun because they're like our instructors and they teach us lots, but they've always become like our friends, and they're always like motivating us to do new things and challenging us and like really care about us individually and like what's going on in our lives at home, what's going on in our life at school, and they're just very compassionate towards us. I would say 100% do it, even if you're kind of on the edge, because you meet a lot of new friends, you make great relationships, and then it's just fun. You learn a lot of like life skills as well, which is great, but it's just overall a great program. I'm Callie Rasmussen, and I'm a cosmetology student here at OTEC.
Little moments become big when you don't have to worry about your finances. Money can be a giant source of stress, but it doesn't have to be. Here at Ascent Credit Union, we work to empower our members to be able to manage their money easily, quickly, and most importantly, without stress. When you aren't worrying about your finances, you get to enjoy life more. That's why we are here. Call 801-399-9728 for more information or visit ascentcu.com. Welcome back from the break. Tonight's broadcast is presented on the Home Team Network for live video streaming, on YouTube for audio-only coverage, and on 88.9 FM for In the Park Radio.
Welcome back, Ogden Raptors baseball. First pitch right back up the middle for Chase Valentine, but Corona is able to easily snag that one for the first out of the inning. Nick Batista still on the mound, his 5th inning of work. The Long Beach Coast dipped into the reserves quite a bit yesterday from their bullpen, ultimately ending the game with Benjamin Rosengard, a position player, on the mound. We saw 3 different position players pitch in our doubleheader yesterday. Carmine Lane's first pitch to him is a called strike. Chase Valentine has swung early and often in the beginning of the count. Obviously, he had that home run back in the first inning on the first pitch and then just flew out. Carmine Lane tends to be a little bit more patient on the first pitch, often watching it. He, though, swings and misses on the next, and he's behind 0-2. Carmine Lane has been hitting the ball up in the air today. Not quite enough distance. He's flown out to center field and right field. Had plenty of power yesterday, though, with those 3 home runs in the game 1 of the day. This one lifted high in the air, tailing now into right field. Backing up on it is Bardwell, and he catches it about 2 steps shy of the warning track for out number 2. 5 up, 5 down in the last 5 batters that Batista has faced. You heard Troy Percival talk in our interview with him that they just felt like they were trying to do a little bit too much, being a little bit too funky early in the count. Seemed to have adjusted the strategy, the game plan a little bit, and Batista has found his footing. First pitch to Ferraro, misses up too high for ball one. Gio Ferraro, kind of the antonym of Carmine Lane, who flew out twice tonight, now 3 times. He has grounded out twice tonight. Uncommon for Ferraro, commonly a guy who puts it up in the air. 19 home runs on the season. The 1-0 catches the top of the strike zone, and it's 1-1. Long Beach with a win today would tie the series up at 2 games apiece. They would also continue the trend that they have established thus far in this series of alternating victories as Ferraro swings and misses on the next pitch. Ogden won game 1, Long Beach won game 2, Ogden won game 3. This series thus far kind of been the epitome of back and forth, but it's been back and forth with blowout games. Here comes the 1-2. Ferraro, this one high in the air, just starting to come down now into shallow right field. Coming in on it is Bardwell, and he makes the snag for the 3rd out of the inning. So 6 up, 6 down through the 4th and 5th innings for Bautista and his defense. And it's Long Beach Coast still leading this one 7-2 after 5 innings. 4 innings left in this one. We'll be back for the top of the 6th after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Kier has evolved into a diversified general contractor with experience in commercial construction. Hundreds of projects throughout the Intermountain West attest to Kier's wide range of expertise in design and build. Kier Construction invites you to experience the difference. Call us at 801-627-1414.
This is Emmy with the Ogden Raptors, and now back for more baseball.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network, and we are joined now by the owner of the Ogden Raptors, Dave Baggett. Bags, good to have you on.
Yeah, it is. We're trailing, though. We're down 7-2. We're giving up too many fastball base hits. When a team likes to swing at everything, I would like to see Chase. I don't want to see one fastball thrown this half inning, and see what happens.
Patrick Roche will be the first man up, right-hander. 0 for 2 on the night. First pitch.
Change up.
Yeah, not a fastball, 83 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's okay. Try, don't give up on it, because now he's sitting dead red. And, if you throw him something belt high, he's gonna crush it. And that's what Long Beach does. They're a disciplined hitting team. Until they get 2 strikes, they'll chase. To be fair, every team chases with 2 strikes. You got no choice.
Beautiful off-speed, catches the zone. If you're Chase Chapman here, obviously coming off of the not great night on Wednesday, what's the key to kind of a bounce-back outing for a pitcher?
Do what you're doing right now. You got to get your secondary pitches over for strikes. That was the fastball, 88. Now he's behind 2-1. And if you're a hitter, you're sitting, okay, the count's in my favor. I'm going to sit dead red. And this is where he needs to throw that breaking pitch again.
Comes the 2-1 to Patrick Roche. This one is pulled into left field. That goes down as a base hit. Tyler Ganis handles it.
That was a changeup, but where was the changeup?
Dead center.
Yeah, you can't throw a changeup dead center. That's just a BP fastball. You got to throw that thing, at the front of the plate and hope that a changeup really should never be thrown for a strike.
Rolling back over to the top of the order. Bags, we got a couple people who are happy you're here, mainly Tyler Gannis' dad. He was requesting you on the text line.
Oh, hi, Mr. Gannis. How are you? Love your kid, by the way. Tyler is one solid human being. And he's a Michael Bublé fan, and so am I. So
that's a plus.
Oh, yeah.
Sung the national anthem earlier this week.
He did it well, and when the parents come to town, he's going to do it again. I want to get the keyboard out there and have them play it.
Oh, yeah.
Good pitch. There you go. That was 80. We snuck the fastball in after he threw a breaking ball outside. Now he's 0-2. Advantage is in your favor. Now don't hang something here. Get something in the dirt and trust your catcher.
0-2 pitch.
That's it. Good
Did
pitch.
exactly that. Good job holding back was by Eddie Pelk. You are going to go against the walk leader in the Pioneer League. Eddie Pelk has 88 walks.
He can play. He had a 75-game streak of being on base, and he's picked up where he's left off.
That streak snapped on Tuesday here in Ogden. The 1-2 pitch misses outside.
Okay, it's 2-2. You're still the count's in your favor. So don't give in. Do not throw a fastball here, please. I'm begging you. Slider away and let him chase.
Here it comes.
Well, he couldn't chase because it wasn't near the zone. Literally 7 inches outside. So now it's full count. You just got to go with what your best pitch is. And so he's going to throw a fastball here. Let's hope he doesn't give him something he can drive. Oh, he threw a curveball. We're challenging that. It's going to be overruled. No, it's not going to be overruled.
Curveball was a called ball, and Dylan Wilkinson, the catcher for the Ogden Raptors, challenged. Red Pocket Mobile strike zone challenge. And it's a confirmed ball. So that's the first walk that Chase Chapman has given up tonight. Third walk that the Raptors have given up.
Well, we got to get the bullpen rolling because this is one swing away from blowing open the doors here.
Every game thus far in this series has been a bit of a blowout.
Yeah.
You know what wasn't a blowout? Little golf match that we had yesterday.
It was a blowout because I was atrocious.
Well, it was not a blowout in our team match.
I spent a week or so up here telling you how good I am, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. I drove the ball okay.
Drove the ball great. You outdrove me many times.
My iron play was horrible. My bunker play was horrible, but I made up for it with bad putting.
Made up for it with bad putting.
So, no, I was awful, folks. But Arden showed me why she is the Utah State 2025 champion, because she was, how tall are you?
5 foot.
5 foot. She was about 250, 260 off the tee. And iron play was impeccable. What I was most impressed was your short game.
That's my bread and butter, because I'm usually not very good at my irons.
That one par 3 where
the sand shot?
You were short and you hit that bunker shot, but the pin was in the back left, and it was probably a good 25-yard carry out of the bunker.
It was a long bunker shot.
And you stuck it, and it backed up and left you a 3-footer, and you knocked it in for the best save of the day. So
appreciate it.
The girl can play. Now, I embarrassed myself yesterday, to be honest with you.
But we had a great time.
Your dad, David, played lights out.
Yeah, Dad played great. Well, I think he sandbagged us a little bit, to be honest. We were playing a stroke match, me and Ron Boone versus you and my dad. But
what? Did we win that?
Yeah, because my dad stuck it on hole 9.
Well, what did we bet?
We never decided. I kept trying to wager something, and no one would listen to me.
Well,
I mean, it's good because I lost.
Speaking of listening, let's hope that they're listening to you on the Raptors broadcast network.
Let's hope. That's the goal.
So who's coming in the pitch here?
This is Brendan Rodriguez. He pitched back in game 2 of the series, game 1 yesterday morning, or afternoon, I guess. But it was not his greatest outing yesterday, so a good chance to bounce back. He didn't get an out, faced 3 batters, gave up 3 runs.
On 3 walks.
On 3 walks.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, some of these D1 guys have been sitting since late May and haven't pitched competitively. So let's see if he's got a way of, this is, he was brought to us by a gentleman named Paige Oldle, who's a teammate of mine in the minors and a college buddy, who actually is Aaron Judge's agent. And he calls me up and says, I got a guy. And I said, well, any player recommends to me from Page Auto, I'll take him sight unseen. So let's hope Brendan can bow his neck here. Right now, they're not going to bunt. They're up 7-2. You're on the road. You play for the big inning. So let's see if we can roll up a double play here and get a quick 2 outs.
Righty coming in is Rodriguez.
That's going to be a pitch clock violation. So that's not a good start.
So it'll be 1-0. Gio Ferraro and Carmine Lane at the corners playing about 10-15 feet behind their bases. And Cole Jordan and Chase Valentine standing on the edge of the outfield grass. But Cole Jordan sneaking in now. 1-0. This is a bit outside and low.
He looks like he's got good mechanics. I like that he comes over the top, 91 on that fastball. He's just got to get an out, and that might change his whole demeanor.
Be his first professional out. Just 23 years old. Next pitch misses outside as well, and it's 3-0.
Well, ball game is here. This is it for the whole game right here. We're down 7-2. It's been a great series. I mean, Long Beach has not lost a series yet. I don't even think they've tied a series. I think they've won every series they've played so far.
Technically, they dropped 2 to Oakland. That ball is
2 out of
inside
3?
for ball 1. Yeah,
Okay.
so it was a 3-game series.
Okay, then yeah, I could have been more wrong, and thanks for making me look like an
Oh,
idiot.
I didn't know if you wanted me to say it.
No, that's fine. You're fine. You got paid today. You can stay what you want.
Oh, it was a big day for me. Walked in, paycheck right as I walked in.
Where's Tyson?
Tyson's not here tonight. But you're right that they have, for the most part, won their series.
Okay. That's 5 in a row. So what do you do now? Up 7-2. Left-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. He's thrown 5 straight balls. Do you take a pitch? Do you make him throw a strike?
Have to. You don't have Cuba Besson, though, who is the hottest bat on your team, already has a home run.
You swing away. Yeah. When the guy's searching for a strike. Now, if it's a 2-2 tie or you're down a run, maybe you make him throw a strike. Get the bases loaded. But when you're up 5, one swing of the bat puts him up, but basically puts the game out of reach.
You got to get Cuba Besson a Raptors jersey. 2 grand slams yesterday, home run today.
Where's he from?
He is from Fruita, Colorado.
Fruita, Colorado.
This one on the ground. Cole Jordan ranges, and it gets under his diving body. 1 run comes in to score as the ball's picked up by Lawrence. Another run comes in to score, and it's now a 9-2 lead. Runners on the corners, 2 RBI single for Cuba Bess. His second and third RBIs of the day.
Well, yeah. You can never count the boys out in this type of game because we still have you're looking at the best offense in the league playing the best pitchers in the league. And, I'd say right now the Raptors have performed just a little bit better. There's a wild pitch.
Wild pitch run comes in to score, now 10-2.
Okay.
No one's throwing in the bullpen.
Well, you get to the point now where you've got a Saturday game you got to get ready for and a Sunday game you got ready for. I'm not saying we're conceding the game, but this guy's going to have to wear it and see if he can chew up any kind of innings. I'm rooting for you, Brendan. Come on, baby.
1-0 count coming into Jablonski. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Pitch misses outside to make it 2-0.
I got to imagine how frustrated he is. And the coach, everybody's pulling for him.
Team behind him, he gets the sign from Wilkinson. He's set up basically right over home plate. That next pitch work inside, wild pitch, and that's going to allow Best to take third.
All right, well, there will be somebody getting up shortly because you don't want the kid to get embarrassed either.
Valentine and Carmine Lane are going to come over and have a couple words with him.
Take a deep breath. Remember what made you the pitcher you were in college. Where did he pitch in college? Somewhere in North Carolina?
Lenore Rhine.
Where, what?
Lenore Rhine University.
Oh, I've heard of
Hickory,
that, yeah.
North Carolina.
Home of the Hickory Crawdads.
Look at you. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Come on, you can't get anything by me when it comes to minor league baseball. I challenge any of the people on the text line to try to stump me. Anything minor league baseball. I promise I won't Google it. Arden will make sure I don't.
Okay, I'll keep him honest. Text us in 385-240-1121. Let's test Bags on his minor league knowledge. 3-0 works outside, and that's a 4-pitch walk.
Come on, Brendan.
Rosengard will come in to hit. He has scored both times today. One time he walked. The other time he singled.
If his parents are watching, is it Rosengard? I thought it was Rosengard.
Oh, let us know.
I would bet you whatever I won in yesterday's 9-hole match, I'll bet you double or nothing it's Rosengard.
He's not on the pronunciation guide, so we'll have
It's not that hard.
Wait and see. I was just going phonetically. 1-0 count coming
Look at
in.
you throwing out a 50-cent word. Phonetically.
It's Roland Hall knowledge right there. I credit all my knowledge to my high school. Runner goes. Pitch misses outside.
See, this is how Troy Percival believes this series is. They're up 10-2, and they're stealing. Because he knows with our offense, 10-2 is not a safe lead. Now, back in my day, and I know if Mr. Babak was watching right now, you steal 10-2 in the 6th inning, somebody's getting drilled.
Yeah, you're going to get hit.
But that's just not the way they play the game anymore.
2-0 pitch misses a bit too high to make it 3-0. Well, and especially when you're playing the Raptors, I mean, this is a team that's averaging 11 runs a game. Still, there's 4 innings left, and
yeah,
can have a big inning.
We've hit some atom balls tonight. You know what that is, right?
High fly balls.
No, atom balls where you hit line drives and it just hit right out.
Oh.
But
I'm
I've
learning
seen
new
a lot
terms.
of, the last offensive inning we had was not very productive because I think the pitcher threw 7 pitches.
Yeah, and they've gone 6 up, 6
Chase
down.
flew out on the first pitch. And just tough.
Ed Campanello is going to trot on out, and I would guess we'll get a pitch.
He's not even ready, but he gets 8 warm-up pitches here, so they've seen enough.
Carson Kelly will be coming in to pitch. His father is actually in attendance tonight.
Nice. Carson threw yesterday in the first game. Somebody posted on social media, and got a guy to ground out, and I think we saw a strikeout. So.
Yeah, I went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, struck out twice, and gave up a home run and 9 batters that he faced.
We'll stay here. Yeah, we'll just stay here.
This is a Coors Light call to the bullpen.
Huh?
Third time today. To Bag's credit, he's been standing this whole time, getting his vertical time in.
Got to try, man.
My Oura Ring always tells me when I call games that I need to stretch my legs.
You know what else I remembered getting in the car? There is a supplement I take, a pharmaceutical, if you will, that I take before every round of golf that basically helps with the nerve pain I suffer from.
And did you forget that?
Not an excuse as to poorly I played. I swung the... Why is it when you get away from your home course that your mechanics, your concentration, everything kind of just...
goes out the window.
Goes out the window. I've noticed that. That's happened to me twice now.
You're a country club golfer a little bit then.
I guess. But it's just like, there's a YouTube golf coach named Tom Seguto. Have you ever heard of him?
I have not.
Saguto. And if you pull him up on YouTube and watch what he does, tell me what you think about him. Because he changed the way I play because he simplified the swing.
I'll give it a look.
Seguto.
Today, Bags, I was getting my nails done before the game.
So was I.
And I was watching Bob Does Sports as I was getting my nails done, which we were talking about the other day. Great YouTube channel there. So Carson Kelly, like you said, is going to use all of his warm-up pitches. He comes in with 3 runners on and no outs. 3 runs have already come across the plate in this inning.
Have you seen Bob Does Food?
No.
He does some where he does food reviews.
Oh, just the TikToks in his car and stuff? Oh, he's so funny.
The one about the
bagel?
whitefish and the bagel?
Yes, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Aviv.
Oh, yeah, his guy. Did you think that you and I would be on the same side of TikTok?
No, but he's like, I ordered the, give me a ham and egg there, Aviv. So he gives me the whitefish. Thanks, Aviv. No problem taking care of the customer. To be fair, the whitefish is terrific.
He's a son of a gun. Aviv, it's great.
Yeah.
1-0 pitch incoming from Kelly. This one is high in the air to center field. Colson Lawrence retreats to the warning track, and he settles under it to make the grab. Runners will advance. Cut off throw to Valentine.
Cover second. Sorry, folks. That's the ball player in me.
We are getting a word from the text line, once again from Mr. Gannis, that Bags will bring good luck to the Raptors the next half inning.
Well,
are you going to be
I
here
don't
in the
even
next
think I'm
half
gonna be
inning?
here. I got a boogie, but I mean, thank you, Mr. Gannis, for that kind of compliment. I'd stay if it was a one-run game. Then I'd take all the credit, but down 11-2. See? Little off-speed pitch. At the point now, down 11-2, I don't know if I would bring the infield in either. Just get an out. Okay, let's get off the field. A cheap fly ball keeps the inning going. A cheap blooper to the outfield. Where, Cole or Chase can, get under it.
0-1 misses outside to make it 1-1.
I'm trying to figure out why we have all these grass clippings out in the outfield. That the light-colored stuff, those are all grass clippings.
Oh. Well, I know that one of the self-functioning mowers is named Waldo.
Waldo's the outfield mower.
I learned that the other day.
Yeah.
What's
Wilson
the infield?
is the infield?
Wilson.
Yeah, we got to get some googly eyes for him. Folks, if you didn't know, we have these little robot lawnmowers. And they go out, like the one, Wilson does the infield only. And it takes him about 2 hours, 3 hours. But he'll go out about 4 in the morning or whatever, undocks himself like one of those Roomba vacuums, goes out, mows, goes back, and charges. Waldo out in the outfield takes significantly more time. Takes about 9 hours to mow that outfield.
I've seen him out there during BP sometimes.
I think he goes out at midnight.
Just gets
he'll
going.
Mow until he gets low, and then he'll go recharge for 3 or 4 hours, and then come out and try to finish the job. Maybe he ran out of juice. I don't know.
3-1 misses outside. That's a walk.
How many walks is that for us tonight?
That's a 7th.
So that tells you why we're down 11-2. And it's I'm appreciative that the fans are sticking around. Maybe they think it's because the offense can come back anytime, but
best offense in the league.
When you're down a bunch, you've got to be a little bit disciplined at the plate and don't give them easy outs. Last inning, we gave them easy outs.
First pitch is a called strike on the inside corner of the zone to Easton Jones.
Fans giving a courtesy applause there. I hate that. If I'm out on the field near the pitcher, you're going, oh, man, I hate hearing that.
Would you rather get courtesy applause or that cheer that opposing fans will do of how many balls straight you've thrown?
Yeah. I think it's a Clemson. Ball 5.
Yep.
Ball 5. Ball 5. Ball 6. Ball. Oh, that's got to be the most annoying thing in the world.
Just loud enough.
We should get our fans to take that up.
Oh, we'll make an announcement.
Yeah.
Get the fry sauce to start doing that for the game tomorrow. 0-2. Carson Kelly ahead. Off speed, misses a bit outside. Good pitch. Patrick Roche is on deck, and he will be the batter that allows Long Beach to bat around this inning.
Here's the question. Do you know why they're called the Regulators on Friday nights?
I do not.
I can't remember the rapper's name, but they have an investor who is a famous rapper from Long Beach. And I guess he's known as the Regulator or something, so... That I would call a pass ball.
I was going to ask you.
Can we see if we could see a replay of that, Timmy?
There we go.
That's a pass ball.
Another run comes across home plate to score.
Yeah, it was a little up and away, but not a ball that you can't catch. Not D-Will's fault either. He's not a catcher by trade.
Utility player.
Yeah, and he's a real good one. But with the day the two catchers had yesterday in that doubleheader, that's why D-Will's behind the dish tonight.
2-2 count. Pitch misses outside. It's 3-2. The other runners also advanced 90 feet, so it's runners on second and third.
I hate getting smoked on my own field, Arden. I just hate it.
Every game has been a blowout. 2 in favor of the Raptors.
Yeah.
Now 2 in favor of Long Beach. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Carson Kelly, second out of the inning.
84. Are you here tomorrow?
Of course.
I don't think I'm here tomorrow at all.
I got to get hooked up with a fry sauce polo.
Well, you paid for it, so it's in my office. It's on my desk.
I paid for it.
Yes.
Okay. I believe you.
So, Trevor's got, it's on my desk if you want to pick it up after the game.
Perfect. I'm going to be rocking a fry sauce polo tomorrow. Basically one that matches the jerseys.
Is your dad watching the game right now?
I don't know.
If you're watching, David, you got to teach your daughter about subtleties. She's as sharp as a bowling ball.
That's me. I'm not. Maybe it's just I'm oblivious. I think that's more accurate. 1-0 is ripped into left field. Tyler Gannis, outstretched left hand, makes the play, and that's the third out.
I'm done. I've got shareholders in town. I got to go smooth with them. You're the best. You're the best. You guys are okay. And we'll see you around the corner.
Good to see you. That's the owner of the Ogden Raptors, Dave Baggett. We'll be back for the bottom of the sixth after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke, and I'm joined now by Tyler Stone in the Ogden Raptors dugout. Tyler, how we doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Just thrilled myself to be interviewing a fellow Nebraska Cornhusker, so happy about that. But you joined the team Go Big Red. Joined the team a couple weeks ago, and you've already batted a few home runs, a few long bombs, kind of became a bit of a power guy for the Raptors. Just how's the transition been coming to Ogden?
It's been great. I've been loving the team here, loving the teammates, the atmosphere here. Everything's been good. They've kept it nice and easy, and the management here has been great. Yeah, I've been loving it. Blessed by the Lord. Everything I do is for Him, and all my faith is in Him. So just very blessed, and I've been loving it out here in Utah.
What was it like for you coming here with the Paddleheads and kind of being the thorn in the side for the Raptors, and then just a matter of weeks later becoming a Raptor yourself?
It's pretty cool. It's funny how baseball comes full circle and how it can move very fast. But I'm very happy on this team, and it was a fun series. But I loved playing here in this atmosphere, in this ballpark with this fan base. So I'm very, very happy to be here playing now as a Ogden Raptor.
How's the transition to pro baseball been for you, going from NCAA to pro? What was the biggest difference?
It's been good. Definitely a lot of learning points and things that I'm working on to get better. I'm learning a lot as I go, and that's definitely part of it throughout this pro journey. But like I've said, I'm blessed by the Lord to be here. But I'm having a great time with it. A great group of guys around me to play this game and to enjoy this game. And we're just playing a child's game at the end of the day. So definitely a lot of learning curves, but I'm getting used to it, and I'm enjoying every step of the way.
Absolutely. That's Tyler Stone for the Ogden Raptors. Thanks so much for the time.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Fly out for Sebastian Greco after Colson Lawrence reached. They're giving him a hit. I thought it might have been an error, but Colson Lawrence singles. He stands on first, and then Sebastian Greco flew out for the first out of the inning. Ogden Raptors have a 10-run deficit to overcome. And apologies to any of the Long Beach Coast fans, as I've been referring to you guys as Long Beach Coast all night long, but Friday night alter ego, the Regulators, and first pitch swung on a miss by Cole Jordan. I've been told by Eric Kelleher that Warren G is the co-owner of the Long Beach Coast. He was the rapper that Dave Baggett was alluding to earlier. Called strike on the second pitch of the at-bat, so it's an 0-2 count against Cole Jordan. Not a great night for him thus far, 0 for 2. Pop out to the catcher, and then a ground out to first base. Raptors, 10-run hill to climb after giving up a 5 spot in the top of the 6th. That's pitch. Down in the dirt, gets past Cuba Best just slightly, but not enough for Colson Lawrence to take second. Just hydrating the pipes a little bit, am I right now, with the Pepsi that was nicely brought into me into the booth. Got to make sure I stay hydrated. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Jordan. He grounds this one. It's handled by Rosengard, who throws it over to second. That's 2 outs in the inning, and over to first for the 3rd out of the inning, a double play. And Long Beach has all the momentum in the world. 12-2, 10-run lead for them heading into the top of the 7th after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
I had a couple of friends that have come here, and they said that the education from the instructors was just really great. It was kind of between Davis Tech and here, and I decided to pick here because of the instructors. I've always loved hair, nail, and skin and all of those things, so I just thought it was a perfect career opportunity to be able to make my own schedule and do what I love. I really love doing men's haircuts, so that's probably my favorite. That, and then just coloring's fun because you get to experiment and kind of create new things, which is always fun. It's fun because they're like our instructors and they teach us lots, but they've always become like our friends, and they're always like motivating us to do new things and challenging us, and like really care about us individually and like what's going on in our lives at home, what's going on in our life at school, and they're just very compassionate towards us. I would say 100% do it, even if you're kind of on the edge, because you meet a lot of new friends, you make great relationships, and then it's just fun. You learn a lot of like life skills as well, which is great, but it's just overall a great program. I'm Callie Rasmussen, and I'm a cosmetology student here at OTEC.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Top of the 7th inning. It is 12 Long Beach Regulators and 2 for the Ogden Raptors. You know, we haven't had anyone chime in from Long Beach. If you are listening from Long Beach, we want to hear from you. First pitch misses outside from Carson Kelly. Hit us on the text line, 385-240-1121. We want to get some Long Beach Coast in the chat. You guys are having a great game right now. Called strike makes it a 1-1 count. Eddie Pelk is the man up to bat. He is 1 for 3, also walked. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Carson Kelly came in a little bit of the way through the last inning. Couple more runs scored, none of them that he was responsible for, and then got the 3 outs that he needed. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from the side-armed lefty. That one misses a bit too low, but a good pitch, 76-mile-an-hour changeup that was out of the zone. So it's now 2-2. Too many walks in the last inning. That was the big issue for the Ogden Raptors. 5 walks, 4 of them came around to score, and Eddie Pelk strikes out. Carson Kelly's second strikeout of his outing, first out of the inning. And that first out of the inning came 5 batters earlier than last inning. Yesterday, we were playing the alphabet game, me and my partner Tyson, during the first game, where you tried to name a baseball term. This one, a swinging bunt that's taken foul up the third base line by Bardowell. Me and Tyson doing the alphabet game. You name a baseball term that starts with each letter, A, B, C, and so on. And my K was the K for a strikeout. Forwards K, backwards K. Well, Carson Kelly's picked up 2, 1 of each, forwards and backwards. 0-1 count to Matthew Bardowell. He hit a home run back in the first inning and now is going to laser one into center field here in the top of the 7th for a single. We finally got a Long Beach fan texting in. Says, Long Beach fan here, go Regulators. Thrilled to have people from California in the chat. Actually, I guess you can be a Long Beach fan not from California, but I'm kind of assuming that you are. A lot of the baseball team also from California for the Regulators. First pitch, swung on and missed by Cuba Bess. He was way ahead of the 72-mile-an-hour off speed. And Bess was looking for yet another home run in this series. He's already had 1 today. And then he had the 2 grand slams back in game 2. Also had a home run back in game 1. So he's only had 1 game in this series that he didn't have a home run in. He did still pick up a hit in that one. 1-1 count to Bess now. The runner on first is Matthew Bardowell. 10-run lead for the Regulators. Here comes the pitch, misses outside, and it's 2-1 now. Oh, more action in the chat. Another Regulator. I just needed to prompt them. That's all we needed. Pinch runner is going to come in for the Regulators. The man coming in is pinch runner Robert Pitts, and over the PA system, we have a young kid in a bluey shirt who is lost, and he's looking for his parents. So action on and off the field right now. 8:43 p.m. means that we are just minutes away from a sunset, and I'm seeing pink hues out to my left. I don't have Tyson with me to rate the sunset, so it doesn't seem as orange as last night, and I rated it an 8.5 last night, I think. I can't see much of it tonight, so I'm going to go solid 6.8. Carson Kelly, pickoff throw back to first base. Make sure that Robert Pitts, the pinch runner, doesn't get too much of a lead. Pitts has played a couple times in this season, in this series already. He played center field back in game 2. Now getting action in game 4. 2-1 pitch right back up the middle. Carson Kelly moves his body to avoid getting hit, and Colson Lawrence handles it. So back-to-back singles now for the Regulators. I'm surprised that Long Beach has a quote-unquote alter ego or an alter identity, as they technically don't have a nickname to start with. They're just the Coast. Could just be the Regulators all the time if they wanted to be. So alter ego for Long Beach tonight, alter ego for Utah tomorrow, or for Ogden tomorrow, the Utah Fry Sauce. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Jacob Jablonski is ahead of the off speed. That's been a successful pitch for Carson Kelly in this outing so far. Got Cuba Best swinging and missing on it in the last at-bat. Gets Jacob Jablonski to bite just now. Jablonski, right-hander, baby blue batting gloves that would have perfectly matched the Raptors jerseys yesterday. The 0-1 pitch catches the inside of the zone, called strike 2. Jablonski from Mission Hills, California, and he was one of those chuckers that followed Troy Percival over here to Long Beach Coast. Long Beach inaugural season this year, and it has been a good one. They lead the Pioneer League right now at 48-15. Called time. Carson Kelly looks like it's going to be a pitch clock violation. Makes it a 1-2 count. Impressive by Carson Kelly as he was kind of mid-motion when he started, when the umpire Schatzman behind home plate called time. Here comes the 1-2. He swings and misses, and excuse me, no, that one caught lumber. Looks like we might have some sort of relative of Jablonski in our text line, as they said that Long Beach is a lot closer than Idaho Falls to watch their boy play, and they're about to get a Jabo bomb or a Jabo bomb. Pronunciation is in the hand of the pronouncer. Quote, Arden Locke, July 31st. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. That's going to be a strikeout for Jablonski. Second out of the inning is recorded. And that'll be up to Benjamin Rosengard to come up. Avoid trying to leave two batters stranded. Third strikeout of the night for Carson Kelly. It's been a good outing for him thus far. That's the best that he has done all year, has Carson Kelly. He's come in to pitch in 11 games. I believe this is his most strikeouts yet. Off speed on the first pitch, misses just barely. We've got our sideline reporter Eric Kelleher waiting for us. Eric, how you doing? What do you have to tell us tonight?
Doing good, Arden. I grabbed my Pepsi and I'm hanging out the first base gate by O-Town Beach Club. Dude, what I'm seeing tonight is Raptors bats need to wake up and have that one big inning. Like Dave Baggett said, they have the capability. And well, Skip Percival, he's depending on his deep bullpen to keep the league leading Raptors offense at bay, and it's coming through tonight. But Carson Kelly's doing a great job. I'd like to see him go another inning.
Absolutely. Eric Kelleher, our sideline reporter. Eric, thanks so much.
Thank you, Art.
2-0 count on Rosengard. The pitch from Carson Kelly is a called strike. That one's right down the middle. We've got the grandparent of a Long Beach Coast regulator as well. So credit to the regulator and Coast fans. They really woke up in the chat once we prompted them. 2-1, 2 outs. Runners on first and second for Kelly. He checks Robert Pitts, the pinch runner, on second. This one is batted foul. A little bit of a head tilt from Benjamin Rosengard as he walked out of the box. As I think he might have wanted that pitch back. It was an changeup that just hung center a little bit. Two, 2 outs. A lot of twos on the scoreboard. 12 runs for Long Beach, 2 for the Raptors. The pitch misses way outside. Carson Kelly has a bit of a tendency with that sidearm delivery that it can just pull across his body a hair too much, and it either misses really inside to a right-handed batter or very outside to a left-handed batter. So it'll be a payoff pitch incoming to Rosengard. Raptors are trying to keep the Coast from scoring for the first time in 3 innings. On the other side, the Raptors haven't scored since back in the second inning. Rosengard is not going to get a pitch to him as Carson Kelly stepped off. Robert Pitts scampers back to second base. Second base guarded by Chase Valentine if it were to be covered, as with the left-handed batter, Cole Jordan at second is moved over, ready to receive a pulled ground ball. Payoff pitch incoming. Swung on and barely foul up the third base line. That one had RBI single written all over it, as it was kind of that same third base hit that Cooper Vest managed a few innings ago. So we'll do the 3-2 once again. It's Long Beach leading this one 12-2. They have led since the first inning. They put 3 runs up in the top of the first and have not let go of the lead since then. 3-2. Misses outside, and that's a walk. So far in this series, the team that gets out to the lead first wins the game. In the 2 games that Long Beach has won, they scored in the first inning, top of the first, and took the lead. In the games that Ogden has won, they held Long Beach scoreless in the top of the first and then went on to score in the bottom of the first to take the lead. So I'm being informed by Long Beach fans that Regulators won the fan vote as the name, but the management wanted the Coast to be how the team was known by, so they get that 2-name situation that we're working with. First pitch misses outside to Corona. Emilio Corona, the center fielder. Bases are loaded for him with 2 outs, so the Raptors able to sup on any bag to get the force. Called strike. The kid in the bluey shirt is still lost. He's being put up on the big screen to help his parents try to locate him. I'm surprised that he's still unaccounted for. 1-1 count. Emilio Corona hits this one on the ground. Chase Valentine takes it and gives it over to Cole Jordan for the 3rd out of the inning over at second base. And Corson Kelly comes in, does a great job, and holds the Coast scoreless in the top of the 7th. But they still lead at 12-2. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
If you're a business owner with 1 or more employees, you'll need a workers' compensation policy. A workers' compensation policy is required in almost every state. No matter what type of work, if your employee gets hurt on the job, a workers' compensation policy addresses medical care and lost income for injured employees, fatality benefits for families and workers killed on the job, and your potential liability for covered claims. Workers' compensation coverage is divided into 2 categories: workers' compensation insurance, which helps care for the injured employee, and employer's liability insurance, which protects you. At WCF, we provide safety training, medical care, return to work coordination, and more. When your employee gets hurt on the job, we'll take care of you both.
Bowman Kemp Manufacturing has been in business for over 50 years. From the humble beginnings of Lael Bowman and Mel Kemp, the company has grown into a large steel facility supplying structural steel, reinforcing steel, and basement window systems. The rebar and structural departments supply the United States, while the basement window systems division supplies the United States and Canada from coast to coast.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 7th inning, and it's 12-2 in favor of Long Beach Coast. Great news, the child has been located. So all is well at Lindquist Field. You know, we keep you posted here on everything going on in the stadium, on and off the field. It's the Ogden Raptors broadcast promise. Coming up to bat is going to be Garrett Bivacqua. Same pitcher is still in for the Regulators. It's Nick Bautista in his 7th inning of work now. His first pitch misses outside. Now, it might sound crazy to say with just 3 innings left, but if the Raptors can manage to put up maybe a 3 spot in this inning, the game doesn't feel crazy out of reach, just with how their bats are, but the defense is also going to have to lock down the Coast for the next 2 innings, put up 2 zeros. Overcoming a 10-run deficit, though, quite a lot. 2-0 count to Bivacqua. Next pitch misses outside. We're going to get a red pocket mobile strike zone challenge. Called ball. Challenge by Cuba Best behind home plate. And it is a confirmed ball. One challenge remaining for Long Beach Coast and a 3-0 count to Garrett Bivacqua. Bivacqua today has already made it to first base once after getting hit by a pitch. He also flew out to center field. Here comes 3-0, and that one misses inside. 4-pitch walk to Bivacqua to start off the bottom of this 7th. I know the average baseball fan would listen to me say right now, down by 10, you're not out of it. I would say the same thing for Long Beach Coast. And even Dave Baggett talked about it. It's a 10-2 game, and Long Beach is stealing second. The Pioneer League, it's legitimate baseball, it's pro baseball, but runs are plentiful in this league. And no lead is safe. Now, you get into 8th inning, get into 9th inning with a multi-digit lead, then, yeah, you feel good about it, double-digit lead. But until then, especially going against the best offense in the league, it ain't over till it's over. Tyler Gannis steps into the box now. Grounded out once tonight, and he is walked. White batting gloves that match the all-white pants for the Raptors tonight. First pitch, called strike. Off speed that painted the bottom of the zone. Tomorrow's game, another night game. 6:30 p.m., game 5 of this series. And then on Sunday, day game, the get-out game as they call it. 0-1 pitch. Also catches the inside of the zone for called strike 2. The Ogden Raptors will be headed out to Missoula after this series to play the Paddleheads. 2 more games in this series, though, before that, obviously. So we're going to start out August 1st, playing some baseball as always. 0-2 coming in to Taylor Gannis. Pitch is low in the dirt. It bounces high and over the head of Bess, and that's enough for Bivacqua to take second. He rounds and thinks about taking third before holding up. Long Beach will be headed out to Glacier in Montana. They'll play a 6-game series there, and then they'll head back home to play Yuba Sutter. Glacier, the team that the Raptors just played before this series. It was just a 3-game series, but they won 2 of 3 out there. Schatzman is going to clean off home plate. Everything gets settled. Noise meter on here at Lindquist Field for the Friday night crowd. Ogden's version of Friday Night Lights here in the summer. 1-2 count to Tyler Gannis. Bivacqua stands on second after that wild pitch. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, grounded. Coming in on it is the shortstop Roche. The throw is in time over to first, but Gannis does advance the runner to third. And there's now 1 out with the runner in scoring position. Productive out for Tyler Gannis. Coming in now is Dylan Wilkinson. He reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning and flew out to right field. And we're going to get a new pitcher coming in. It's a Coors Light call to the bullpen for the Long Beach Regulators. Right-hander coming in. So that is the end of Nick Bautista's day after 6 and a third innings of work. Garrett Bivacqua on second is going to be his responsibility. And the pitcher coming in, the right-hander. We'll talk all about him once we locate what his number is. Tall right-hander coming in. So delivering from the same side as Bautista has been all night long. Number 23 will be the pitcher coming in for Long Beach Coast. That's Ryan Fox. He came in relief in game 1. Went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, struck out 2 in 9 batters that he faced. 24-year-old from Rancho Santa Margarita, California, and another one of those players that followed Troy Percival over from the Idaho Falls Chuckers. Fox on the season is in his 27th appearance tonight. ERA of 5.63. He's got 1 save. Not that this game qualifies for a save. But he's pitched 32 innings, given up 34 hits, 26 runs, 20 of them earned. Good ratio of strikeouts to walks, 28 strikeouts, 18 walks. And batters bat 262 against him. most of the pitchers that you'll get coming in here for Long Beach Coast are going to be solid. I mean, Long Beach Coast is the best team in the entire league when it comes to pitching. Best pitching staff in the league, best ERA. So this was always going to be a fun series as you had the team with the best team batting average going up against the team with the best team ERA. Best defense versus best offense.
I'm back, but we're not doing anything. We're just say hello to Jim O'Hara, one of our co-owners.
Dave Baggett is back in the booth, and we've got Jim O'Hara with him, one of the co-owners of the Ogden Raptors. So new pitcher, first pitch from Fox is down low and inside to Dylan Wilkinson. 1-0. One out, and it is Garrett Bivacqua on first. Next pitch from Fox is too high. 88 miles an hour thus far for Ryan Fox. He's 6'3" and 190, so got a nice extension. 2-0 count to the lefty. That one catches the inside part of the zone, called strike, and it's now 2-1. Dylan Wilkinson played in Game 1 and Game 2 of this series, sat out for the afternoon game yesterday. He's currently 3 for 6 coming into this game. Next pitch called strike down the middle. And we're going to get a Red Pocket Mobile strike zone challenge from Wilkinson. It was a called ball. And we're awaiting the call of the challenge. Call is overturned to a... Excuse me, the called strike. Call is overturned to a ball. 3-1 count now to Dylan Wilkinson. 1 out. Rolling over to the top of the order after Dylan. Next pitch misses too low, and it's a 5-pitch walk. Raptors fans cheering in a way that they believe they still have life. It's going to be an uphill battle. Rolling over to the top of the batting order with Chase Valentine. Chase homered on the first pitch that he saw in this game.
What are the odds he swings at the first pitch?
Dave Baggett has just said, what are the odds he swings at the first pitch? He's done it twice tonight already. I'm fairly comfortable in my odds here.
If you do it, you better hit something hard.
He's had success one time, watches the first pitch, called strike on the inside of the zone, but not a pitch that he was going to do anything with. So me and Dave Baggett were both incorrect. Chase Valentine, the first-year Ogden Raptor, swings on the next pitch on a one-hop. It's handled by the third baseman. They'll get one over at second and turn two over at third to end at first, to end the inning. And the Ogden Raptors are held scoreless once again for the 5th inning in a row. It's 12-2 in favor of Long Beach after 7. We'll be back for the top of the 8th on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Hi, I'm Christopher with Absolute Comfort Heating and Air, and I would do anything to keep my customers comfortable. And when it comes to family, I would do anything for love.
I'd fix just about anything.
You know I would do anything for you. I won't do that.
But you won't do that.
At Absolute Comfort, I'll do whatever it takes to keep you comfortable.
Dave Grant has proudly served the community for over 50 years as a family-owned and operated trucking business. Our team of highly trained drivers, impeccably maintained late-model equipment, and customer service set us apart. Our slogan, "Getting what you need, where you need it, when you need it," encapsulates our mission to deliver reliable and timely service. Contact us at 801-394-1621 or at www.granttrucking.com.
Windward Electric is the foremost commercial and industrial electrical contractor in the Intermountain West. We value relationships as we strive to provide exceptional experiences for our clients. Call 801-648-7270 for a quote or visit windwardelectric.com today.
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire.
Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
This is Emmy with the Ogden Raptors, and now back for more baseball.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network, and the Raptors have brought their ace in, their man with the best ERA. It's Bradley Pell, position player, but he does have the best ERA on the team technically, as he came in to pitch yesterday and didn't give up a run. Raptors trailing by 10, seem to have conceded this one just slightly. This one is on the ground, takes a weird bounce off of Cole Jordan's glove, and it's thrown over to Ferraro, not in time for the out. Jordan's going to wish he had that one back. So that was a single for Cooper Vest, although I guess not quite a single on its. This is an E4. But coming up now is Easton Jones. The families of both Vest and Jones have to be thrilled, both of those players from Utah, as they have had plentiful at-bats during this series. This is actually our lowest scoring game of this entire series thus far, with 14 runs. Every other game has been 20 runs or more total. A 1 pitch, swung on and fouled back from Pell. Lights on here at Linquist Field. Darkness has fallen. Not much wind. Flag is whipping in from outfield. Next pitch misses too low. 62 miles an hour from Pell. That's about where he sat in his last outing yesterday. I don't know if Bradley Pell was expecting to have 2 outings of pitching in this series. But we might have to start calling him a two-way player. That one with a bit of heat behind it is flown over to Garrett Bivacqua in right field, and the first out of the inning is recorded. So Pell put as much heat behind that one as we've seen from him, as that one was 80 miles an hour. We've had now, this is let me do the math here. 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th time a position player has come in to pitch in this series. Bradley Pell twice, Cole Jordan once, and Benjamin Rosengard once. First pitch misses a bit too high. That's coming into Patrick Roche. That's pitch called strike, 1-1. Today, Roche, 1-4-4. Ground out, strikeout, single, and then a fly out to left field. Patrick Roche from Milton, Massachusetts. Next pitch misses too low. He played for the Mahoning Valley Scrappers. What I've loved is the array of names you'll get in lower level pro baseball. This one hit opposite field onto the ground. Garrett Bivacqua handles out in right field, and that'll be another single. I think the best name in the Pioneer League's got to be the Freebirds. Especially because I just find Yuba Sutter really fun to say. Yuba Sutter is actually going to be the last series that I call this season. Being a college student, I have to go back to college and attend class, unfortunately. Eddie Pelk lifts this one foul. A 1 count. Yuba Sutter. I'm trying to think of the other names we're working with. Paddleheads are pretty solid. This one hit on the ground past Chase Valentine and Carmine Lane into the gap. Stopping at third and holding up is the lead runner. And the bases are now loaded after a few singles. So now Matthew Bardowell will come up to bat. Bases are loaded for him. So you've got Cooper Vest on third. Patrick Roche on second. Let us know on the text line, 385-240-1121. What's in your opinion, 2 questions. 1, what's your favorite team, just in terms of nickname, in the Pioneer League? And then what's the wildest lower level pro ball team name that you've heard? Next pitch misses too low, and it's 1-1. I heard one, it was, I'm not going to get it right. It was the Trash Raccoons or something like that. Pro team. This one hit to the right fielder, Garrett Bivacqua. That drops down in front of him. 1 run will score. Another runner will come around from third, holding up is the next runner, and so 2 runs score to make it a 14-2 game. Oh, the Rocket City Trash Pandas. I was so close. Trash Raccoons, Trash Pandas. They are a Double-A minor league baseball team affiliated with the Los Angeles Angels located in Madison, Alabama. First pitch, misses too low. Okay, so that's my one that you guys have to top if you're listening in, 385-240-1121. Rocket City Trash Pandas is our leader in the clubhouse for wildest name. Andrew and Alan, I'm expecting you two to chime in on this. This one hits Cuba Bess in the back. Rocket City Trash Pandas are the leader in the clubhouse. I'm talking like a golfer, leader in the clubhouse. We've got a text in from Carmine Lane's family saying, I might say Macon? Macon Whoopi? I'll have to search that one up. This one hit hard and high. That's going to be out of the ballpark. 3-run homer. Bradley Pell just laughs it off. This series is making me think that we might need to institute a run rule in the Pioneer League. I mean, apparently we're setting a trend that it can't be a game between Long Beach and Ogden unless it's a blowout of some kind. The good news is it hasn't been one-sided. You know, you're not having one team win by 20 every night. It's been a blowout win for Ogden, then 17-run victory for Long Beach, 17-run victory for Ogden, and right now Long Beach lead this one by 16. You'd think that maybe all these teams want to go to bed and they might not stop trying, but get a couple outs. Jordan charges this one and throws it over to first to get the second out of the inning. The Whoopee are located in Macon, Georgia. Let me make sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. Macon, I was right. It rhymes with bacon, according to Google. This one hit in opposite field. Garrett Bavacqua retreats over his left shoulder, and it bounces off the wall, gets in front of him. Extending over to second is going to be Emilio Corona, and that's going to be a double for him. So we've got the Trash Pandas, the Whoopee. Eric Kelleher has just come back into the booth. We're trying to come up with the craziest names in lower level pro baseball that we've ever heard of. So I came up with the Trash Pandas. Carmine Lane's family has shared the Macon Whoopee. So if you have one, let us know.
Hey, when I heard you say Macon Whoopee, I thought, wait, can we say that on air? But that's pretty funny. I love the Trash Pandas. I believe my wife would love that too. Now, this summer we had a couple of baby Trash Pandas in our neighborhood.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Was that good news or was that a bit of a nuisance for you guys?
Well, my wife thinks she's going to catch one day and have a pet. So it was almost bad news.
Eric will keep us posted on whether he ends up with a pet raccoon.
It would be fun, but I think my lab would have a problem with that.
This one's lifted high into left field and foul. So my question to you, Eric, is do you think at any point these teams are like, hey, Ogden has admitted defeat. Long Beach Coast knows they're going to win. Just ground a couple out, go to bed?
Yeah, the aggressive base running kind of has me shocked. But honestly, do you give up what you're working towards? Do you let off the throttle, or do you just keep going, respect for the game?
I think that when you still have a real pitcher in the game, you keep playing because all of these guys are obviously trying to make it to the next level, trying to catch the attention of an MLB team. But when you have a position player pitching, I don't know how closely these at-bats are getting looked at.
Last night's game, you didn't see the Raptors teeing off on much, or they just whiffed on 46-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Bradley Pell's next pitch is taken into left field. Gannis retreats and is going to snag that out of the air for out number 3. So 6 more runs cross home plate for Long Beach Coast, and they lead at 18-2 heading into the bottom of the 8th inning. Eric, thanks for popping on with us.
Of course, thanks for having me again.
We'll be back for the bottom of the 8th.
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire.
Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Wait, use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Kier has evolved into a diversified general contractor with experience in commercial construction. Hundreds of projects throughout the Intermountain West attest to Kier's wide range of expertise in design and build. Kier Construction invites you to experience the difference. Call us at 801-627-1414.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke here with you. In the bottom of the 8th, Long Beach has run away with this one. 18-2, 16-run lead. Carmine Lane fouls this one back over our heads. New catcher in is Johnny Pappas for Cuba Bess. The pitcher is still Fawkes. Teal bat for Carmine Lane. 1-1 pitch. Misses a bit too low. See, this is the case. Obviously, also the Ogden Raptors are losing, so they want to try to get back into this game. But these are the at-bats that you're still going to try in and still going to show what you have to offer because you're going up against a real pitcher. This one can be looked at by a scout, and Carmine Lane's going to hope they look at that one as that's hard hit over the left field fence, 417 feet for his 4th home run in the span of 2 days. Carmine Lane trying to make sure that Long Beach doesn't get their largest margin of victory of the series. So far, that's 17 runs. And Carmine has cut the deficit to 15 runs now. We've had a couple more team names added in the text line. We've got, obviously, the Trash Pandas. Then there are the Montgomery Biscuits, Hartford Yard Goats, and the Chattanooga Lookouts. And apparently Chattanooga has a great hat for their team. First pitch misses outside to Gio Ferraro. Oh, that is a great logo. Next pitch. Sorry, I had to sneeze. It's a C, kind of a script C, with 2 googly eyes inside the C. Ferraro fouls this one back. Been informed that I think the Lookouts are affiliated with the Cincinnati Reds. Decent amount of fans still sticking around. Here comes the 2-1 to Ferraro. He hits this one opposite field, high in the air. Retreating on it is the right fielder, and it bounces off the top of the wall. Ferraro rounds first and goes to second, and that's back-to-back hits for the Ogden Raptors. Apparently, there's also a AA team in Texas named after prairie dogs called the Amarillo Sod Poodles. So that's a solid one. The rest of these on this list have been named, except for a single A team in California celebrating the region's massive almond and walnut production called the Modesto Nuts. I just want to know what the the team meetings look like discussing these names? Like, who sat down and said Trash Pandas? That's the one. That's the one we want. I just want to know. After a quick mound meeting, that's Jerome Williams who's walking back into the dugout. Long Beach Coast leading this game by 15. And Long Beach has undeniably the most impressive resumes when it comes to their coaching staff. You have manager Troy Percival, the 4-time All-Star. He played 14 MLB seasons. He earned the save and threw the final out of the 2002 World Series when they won for the Anaheim Angels. And then on that same Anaheim Angels team was your hitting coach, Troy Gloss, who was the MVP of that series. Colson Lawrence swings and misses on the 1-0 pitch. Gloss won 2 Silver Sluggers in 2000 and 2001, also made 4 All-Star teams. So between your manager and your hitting coach, you've got 2 World Series and 8 All-Star teams. Swing and a miss on the 1-1. And then you go over to your pitching coach, Jerome Williams. He was an 11-season MLB player. And he had a 4.59 ERA, 655 strikeouts. I mean, what a group of people at the helm of your team. From the text line, we've been told the Nuts moved to Ontario. So now you have the Ontario Nuts and the Modesto Roadsters of the Pioneer League now play in the Nuts Old Stadium. 1-2 pitch on the ground. Third baseman Rosengard handles it, checks the runner, who is Ferraro, back to second, and makes the out over at first for the first out of the inning. You also have the Jupiter Hammerheads, and Carmine Lane actually played for the Hammerheads. I just want to credit the text line. We've got just endless amounts of knowledge out there. 1 out for Sebastian Greco. Gio Ferraro is the man on second. First pitch misses a bit outside. One 1-0 pitch down in the dirt. Good block by Pappas behind home plate. 2 more games in this series coming up, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. It'll be the Fry Saws versus Long Beach Coast. And you know that it's going to take down to Game 6 for who this series is going to be won by, or if it's going to be a split series. 2-0 pitch, right down the middle, called strike. If either team wants to win this series, they're going to have to win the game tomorrow. Loss of tomorrow's game, the best they can hope for is a split series. Two, one out. Ferraro, big leadoff off second. Swing and a miss by Greco makes it 2-2. The knockout round that is used by the Pioneer League, mainly to save pitchers' arms and not force the game to go into extra innings, has kind of had me thinking about what possible rule changes you could apply to baseball. So the pitch clock in recent years was obviously a big change, greatly increased the pace of the game and everything like that. Knockout round obviously has not been adopted in the majors. ABS challenge has been a big change recently, down in the dirt for ball 3, full count to Greco. I think, and I've talked to my dad a little bit about this, is kind of his idea, that having a batter that you could just put up to bat at any time that you wanted during the order, and not like a pinch hitter, but let's say you just have swing and a miss on Sebastian Greco is a strikeout. Let's say you have your hottest batter for the Long Beach Coast. It'd probably be Cuba Bess. Biggest moment of the game, and you want Bess to come in and bat. You're allowed to, use your reorder, let's call it, and you can put your best batter up to the plate. Think it could create some excitement. There's probably strategy on when you want to use it. Could be fun. First pitch, check swing. Cole Jordan did not go around. There's 2 outs in the bottom of this 8th inning. The Raptors are going to come up to bat again, as they're in a big hole right now. Jordan lifts this one up and out of play, foul. Crazy series thus far. You've got a 17-9 victory for the Raptors in game 1, 8-run victory. That 8-run victory is going to turn out to be the smallest margin of victory through the first 4 games of this series. And that was a game where Ogden got off to a 13-1 lead. The Coast worked their way back into it, but Ogden kept control. Then yesterday, 28-11 victory for Long Beach Coast, 17-run. Jordan hits this one high in the air, straightaway center. Coming in on it is Corona, and he makes a snag. And then game 3, that's the 3rd out of the inning. Game 3, a 20-3 victory for Ogden. A lot of blowouts so far. Another blowout tonight. It's 18-5 as we head into the top, or excuse me, 18-3 heading into the top of the 9th inning after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Whatever you do, don't drop the ball at the Raptors Stadium. And we don't want to let you drop the ball for your insurance. We want to make sure that you have the proper coverage and the best price. Here at the Insurance Center, we're going to take care of you. We've had a great relationship with the Raptors, and we want to have a great relationship with you. Your auto, your home, your life, your health, your business. We have experts that are there to take care of you. We've been doing this for a long time. We are your trusted choice insurance agency here locally. We are the only best practice insurance agency north of Salt Lake. Realize that we're going to take the best care of you. Give us a call, 801-622-2626. Look us up online, www.insurancecenterut.com. We're here to take care of you and hit the ball out of the park.
Hey, gang, you're watching Ogden Raptors professional baseball right here on the Raptors Baseball Network. Ciao, baby.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Quite a few defensive changes for the Raptors. Carmine Lane comes into pitch. First pitch called strike. Tyler Stone comes to play first, and Gio Ferraro moves over to third. And now we're joined on the broadcast by Andrew Gaunt, who you actually heard briefly as he was TDing yesterday. He decided to pop on the broadcast. But he has another great minor league baseball team name.
I wish it was a minor league baseball team.
You said it was minor.
It is a minor league hockey team.
Oh, minor league hockey. Even better. Let's go different sports. Go for it.
And that would be the Orlando Solar Bears. They play out of my home state of Florida, although I am from Tampa, not Orlando. And they are great. Their logo is a polar bear with some sunglasses on.
I'm just trying to imagine the scenario, with polar bears often being in Antarctica, where also Carmine Lane's got a strikeout for anyone who's not listening on the YouTube stream.
Mm-hmm.
But when a polar bear would need sunglasses, but maybe their eyes are very sensitive as they don't see the sun very often.
When they're at a hockey rink in Florida.
In the sun.
In the sun. The sun's coming through the window maybe. The sun is everywhere in Florida. It's
True.
Inescapable.
Hockey doesn't seem like the biggest Florida sport in the world.
It's growing. You've got Tampa Bay Lightning. You've got the Florida Panthers dominating the last few years.
Andrew, as a newer viewer of baseball, what's been your favorite part?
Oh, wow. Fly ball.
Call it. You got it.
Up to center field. I don't know who's back there right now.
Colson Lawrence.
Colson Lawrence makes the catch. Easy.
He's coming for my job. Because, Andrew's a big hockey guy.
Big hockey guy. But baseball, I mean, it's the pitching game to me. Getting more into that, and there's so much that I still don't know. But that's the main interest for me.
The way that they work through an at-bat is so interesting. First pitch works inside from Carmine Lane. He's got 2 outs, a strikeout and a flyout so far. But the thought process of handling an at-bat, I love it when Bags comes in here to talk about it, because I just find it so interesting of when it makes sense to throw a certain pitch and, you know, how you can change eye levels, how a ball can be productive, everything like that. Called strike. Carmine Lane's got the crowd behind him. I think that the position player coming in is the baseball equivalent of empty net.
Okay.
In that it's a last, but except empty net isn't really conceding the game. You're giving yourself another player out on the ice.
Right, it's a huge advantage. You're not conceding by any means.
I guess it's more so the unique scenario that you're only seeing late game.
Maybe if you swap the defenseman into a goalie position or something, that would be the equivalent.
1-1 pitch is fouled away. Bradley Pell's perfect 0.0 ERA went away earlier today. So Carmine, in his first pitching outing of the season, looking to go perfect and take that top spot.
Ooh.
2-2 mixes inside.
Even a hockey guy can say that that was probably not what he wanted to do.
That one missed the strike zone a little bit. Do you think there's any commonalities between hockey and baseball?
About as far apart as you could construe two sports.
Full count, right back up the middle. Takes a hop off the mound. Chase Valentine on a jump, on a spin, over to first. Third out of the inning. We'll head into the bottom of the ninth. 18-3 lead for Long Beach Coast. Andrew, thanks for popping on the broadcast.
Thanks for having me. You are a wealth of information, Arden.
We'll be back for the bottom of the ninth after this.
Hi, I'm Christopher with Absolute Comfort Heating and Air, and I would do anything to keep my customers comfortable. And when it comes to family, I would do anything for love.
I'd fix just about anything.
You know I would do anything for you. I won't do that.
But you won't do that.
At Absolute Comfort, I'll do whatever it takes to keep you comfortable.
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire.
Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
LWE has become an industry leader and performed new construction and retrofit work to companies in several industries. LWE is located in northern Utah and has performed work throughout the western United States. We can be reached at 801-621-3220.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke with you here in a game that a little bit got away from the Raptors. They currently trail it by 15, Long Beach Coast. The Regulators tonight, 18 runs, Raptors 3. We've got some kids chirping right by our crowd mic. First pitch is too high. 1-0 count to Bavacqua. Raptors would need the most runs I think ever scored in an inning by a team in the Pioneer League. I'm making that as just a bold-faced claim with no stats to back it up, but I can't imagine that someone has scored 15. Oh, we did have that 40-18 game the other day though, so there might have been 15 runs in an inning in that one by the Idaho Falls Chuckers. I'm hoping that in this coming NFL season, the scores get this exciting. Fan of the Seattle Seahawks myself, the reigning Super Bowl champions, as Garrett Bavacqua fouls the next ball off. Garrett Bivacqua started the season on the IL, so it's been good to have him back for basically the last 2/3 of the season. He was on the 10-day IL to start the season, has been a consistent member of the lineup since then. 1-2 misses too low in the dirt. Bivacqua played at St. Cloud State from Carlsbad, California, so it's possible that maybe Bivacqua knows a couple of the guys on the Long Beach team, as a lot of them hail from Sunshine State. 2-2 pitch, hit right back up towards shortstop. Gloving it is Roche, and the throw is mishandled over at first, so Bivacqua will be safe. And our fans are psyched by our crowd mic. Just fired up down there. It's 3 young guys. I'm the one who got to say that that was an error. I just got to tell our scorekeeper. I'm the one making the calls here. We're saying it was an error by the shortstop. Technically, it could also be an error on the first baseman. You're saying that you should have gloved it, maybe. Bivacqua on first. Ganis up to bat. Our most active user of the text line is Tyler Ganis' dad, undoubtedly. And he texted in, shout out to regulator, catcher, and stud Thomas McCaffrey. Rehabbing a broken thumb, great ball player, great family, and a teammate of Tyler's in travel ball and in high school at Harvard Westlake. So sending our best wishes from the broadcast booth in Ogden to Thomas McCaffrey on his rehab. 1-1 on Tyler Ganis. I've got a soft spot for Harvard Westlake High School, as that is where both of my cousins went in California. My younger cousin was in the same graduating class as Tyler. Both of them also went on to attend Big Ten schools. Tyler decided, let's do 2 of them with Northwestern and Oregon. My cousin attending Michigan. So basically, besides the fact that my cousin doesn't sing, own a business, or play baseball, they're the same person. Next pitch misses too high, and it's 3-1. No shade to my cousin. Very successful guy. Hard to compare to Tyler Ganis, though. 3-1 on Ganis. Bivacqua took second on fielder's indifference. This one's batted out of play foul to make it 3-2. We have been playing baseball for over 3 hours. 9:37 p.m. We started at 6:30. So now in the last 2 days, these two teams have played over 9 hours of baseball. Doubleheader yesterday. 3 hours tonight. Pitch is pulled by Ganis, foul. I'm wondering if these alternate identities are going to become more of a trend in baseball. You see, Salt Lake Bees are the dirty sodas. Ogden becomes the fry sauce. Long Beach, the regulators. Are we suddenly get the San Francisco Giants turning into the California Golden Gates? You never know. Walk for Tyler Ganis. Runners on first and second. Let's look around the league as Dylan Wilkinson comes up to bat. Friday night baseball underway in the Pioneer League. A lot of games are likely going to be wrapped up as we're already at 9:30 p.m. here. So the games that are final, Billings Mustangs beat the Idaho Falls Chuckers. So they move to 10-6 in the second half of this season. And then the Boise Hawks and the Glacier Range Riders are over. That game only 7 innings. Dylan Wilkinson, this one's hit hard into left center field, over the left field wall. Not quite. Bounces off the top of the brick wall. Coming around third to score is Garrett Bivacqua. Holding up at second is Tyler Ganis. And the Raptors do add a run to their total in the bottom of the 9th. So Boise and Glacier play just 7 innings, as they also have dealt with rain delays and everything like that. 5-4 victory for Boise in that game, so they will move to 9-6 in the second half of the season. The rest of those games are still underway. Great Falls and Missoula Paddleheads going at it. They're in the top of the 8th. They've got a 19-9 game on their hands with the Paddleheads leading. Top of the 7th, you've got the Oakland Ballers and Red Pocket Mobiles. The Ballers lead that one 4-1. And then the Modesto Roadsters stay hot. League leading in the second half of the season at 14-1. They've won 5 straight, looking for 6. And they've got a 10-run lead over Yuba Sutter right now. Glacier and Boise are playing their second game of the day. And they're tied up at 4s, top of the 5th. So they played a doubleheader today as they finished up their suspended game yesterday. And then you've got us in the bottom of the 9th, 18-3. So surprisingly, Long Beach with 18 runs is not the team that has scored the most runs in the Pioneer League tonight. We're an offensive league here in the Pioneer League. New pitcher comes in, Jackson Bird, big lefty. First pitch, misses too high, ball 1. Bird has come in to pitch a couple times so far in this series. .1-0 swung on and missed by Chase Valentine. Still no outs in the bottom of this 9th inning. The excited young fans who were by our crowd mic seem to have moved to a different part of the ballpark and are cheering from there. Oh no, those are just other young fans, as our 3 stars are still setting up camp where they were. It's a 1-2 count on Chase Valentine. Bird's pitch, off speed, that missed just outside. We're going to get a Red Pocket Mobile strike zone challenge. It's a called ball. If it's overturned, it's going to be a strikeout looking. Awaiting the call. And the ball is overturned to be a strikeout. 1 out. Carmine Lane stepping up to the plate. Runners on first and second. Raptors have scored 1 in the bottom of this 9th inning. You know, a unique part about Lindquist Field that I think some people might not know is that the field is really close to, I think it might be a home to, some sort of hotel. And it's close enough, first pitch called strike to Carmine Lane, that the opposing team stays there and their players just walk to the ballpark. So if you get here early enough, you'll see the players walking in. And after the game, you'll watch them walk back. So even after the 9-hour day yesterday, all the players on Long Beach trudged back to the hotel. Carmine, hard hit. Not deep enough, though. Center fielder Corona makes the snag. Tyler Gannis will tag up and make it to third. Dylan Wilkinson stays where he was on first. 2 outs. And Long Beach just 1 out away from a 14-run victory. This victory will tie up the series for Long Beach at 2 runs apiece. Neither team has won more than 1 game in a row. And you also have to think about Long Beach, a team that hasn't lost more than 2 games in a row on this entire season. I mean, makes sense. Best record in the league. Ferraro tips the first ball foul. 48-15 on the season. They were 37-11 in the first half of the season. You can't really stack together too many losses and expect to have that record, having only lost 15 games. Surprisingly, coming into this game, they had lost 4 of their last 6, which was uncommon for the Long Beach Coast, to say the least. They dropped 2 games against Oakland. Let me check that. That Oakland series actually happened before the Red Pocket series. And coming into this series, Long Beach had won 4 straight. This one, high in the air, right field. Coming in on it is Bardowell, and he makes the catch for the final out of the game. It is a 18-4 victory for Long Beach Coast, 14-run victory. And that means that this series is tied up at 2 games apiece We have had blowout victories every single game. 8-run victory for the Raptors in game 1, 17-run victories for both teams yesterday, and now a 14-run win for Long Beach today. 2 games apiece for both teams. We'll be back tomorrow night for the 5th game of this series. We're going to go to a quick break, and then when we come back, it'll be time for our post-game show. You're listening to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
I had a couple of friends that have come here and they said that the education from the instructors was just really great. It was kind of between Davis Tech and here, and I decided to pick here because of the instructors. I've always loved hair, nail, and skin and all of those things, so I just thought it was a perfect career opportunity to be able to make my own schedule and do what I love. I really love doing men's haircuts, so that's probably my favorite. That and then just coloring's fun because you get to experiment and kind of create new things, which is always fun. It's fun because they're like our instructors and they teach us lots, but they've always become like our friends, and they're always like motivating us to do new things and challenging us and like really care about us individually and like what's going on in our lives at home, what's going on in our life at school, and they're just very compassionate towards us. I would say 100% do it, even if you're kind of on the edge, because you meet a lot of new friends, you make great relationships, and then it's just fun. You learn a lot of like life skills as well, which is great, but it's just overall a great program. I'm Callie Rasmussen, and I'm a cosmetology student here at OTEC.
Dave Grant has proudly served the community for over 50 years, getting what you need, where you need it, when you need it, encapsulates our mission to deliver reliable and timely service. Contact us at 801-394-1621 or at www.granttrucking.com.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke. And I'm joined now by Christian Griffin, who is the new pitching coach for the Ogden Raptors. Came from being a player last year and now adding to the coaching staff. Christian, first time on the broadcast. We're psyched to have you.
Hey, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be back. Hey, nice to finally hear from you.
Yeah, so what does it mean to be back on this team now, part of the pitching staff, a different role for you now?
For sure. I mean, it's an honor to be back. It's an honor for them to have trusted me with the opportunity to help develop some of these guys and be a part of the staff and bring a ring back to Ogden. So I'm excited to get going.
I know you were a fan favorite last year. What does it mean to be back in this environment, and how has the reception been from the fans?
It's been a blessing. Honestly, getting all the love from everybody that I've seen, over the past couple of years, it's been a blessing. See some familiar faces and some, you haven't seen. It's just it's good to hear something from them. I'm excited to be back and into the community that loves the Raptors and loves me as well.
New pitching coach for the Ogden Raptors, that is Christian Griffin. Thanks so much for the time.
Let's go. Thank you.
So the Ogden Raptors take a big loss tonight. Long Beach Coast leading this one and taking the victory 18-4. Our golden bat of the night is going to be awarded to tough decisions here. I'm going to go Jacob Jablonski. He goes just 2 for 5, but he bats in 4 runs. Usually I'm going to give the golden bat to the man with the most RBIs. A tough night, a tough decision, as Cuba Bess went 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs of his own. So that's a big decision there, but 3 home runs tonight. Matthew Bardowell, Cuba Bess, and Jacob Jablonski. Also, obviously one of those home runs coming off of the pitch from Bradley Pell, the position player. And then 5 doubles, Matthew Bardowell. Emilio Corona hits 2, Cooper Vest and Easton Jones. So a total of 18 runs off of 16 RBIs, 18 hits for Long Beach. They walk 8 times, strike out 8 times, and they left 10 batters on base. Really, the story of the game was Ogden Raptors just didn't come across the plate. They only had 32 at-bats, 11 less than Long Beach. Only 4 runs, 6 hits, 4 RBIs. Walked 6 times, struck out 2. So those are numbers that you can usually live with, but just not enough hits and not enough runs crossing the plate. No errors for either team tonight, a cleanly played game. And our Rocky Mountain Propane flamethrower of the game is going to go to Nick Bautista. He goes 6 1/3 innings, gives up 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 of them earned. Surprisingly, though, didn't have a strikeout, so it wasn't his greatest game ever, but he just worked through the game after giving up 4 walks and only giving up 2 runs. Just a gritty performance and not always going to be pretty, as we have learned in baseball, and Nick Bautista earns the W tonight. So this series is now tied up 2 games apiece for each, and it's been an alternating series. Ogden took game 1, Long Beach took game 2, Ogden game 3, and now Long Beach once again on game 4. We'll be back tomorrow night for 6:30, game 5 at Lindquist Field, and it'll be once again me on the call. Arden Locke, I was your play-by-play announcer tonight. Eric Kelleher was our sideline reporter. Our field camera was manned by Seth Peterson. Joshua Ijeka is our fan camera. Andrew Gaunt was our graphics man, our shader, and our part-time play-by-play man. Technical director was Alan Hill, and executive producer is Tim Broussard. Thanks so much for spending your Friday night with us, listening in. Have a great one, and we'll see you tomorrow.